I'm, like I mentioned, the host. My name is Sean. I'm from Gaming OBS Tabletop RPG Podcast. I'm running folks through some elements of Dead Planet, Mothership, the RPG, Dead Planet, the Adventure. And this is session 6 of the crew of the Profit Margin, who were originally tasked with visiting a particular area of space to rendezvous with an archaeological ship. And they had done so, but what they found was some derelict ships in the system. They had come across the Alexis, which is their targeted ship, and they had a boarding party, which is some of the members that are seen in front of you, that had gone onto the Alexis. It was subsequently targeted. Well, actually, the Profit Margin was ripped apart off of the Alexis and drugged to the moon's surface. And then subsequently, the Alexis was harpooned, but broken free by Eric Lark and the team. And they had some engines, sublight engine power restored, and a stowed away member of the Alexis came to consciousness and has now joined the group, where they have managed to make their way down to the planet in the system, because there's a monument of some kind in their cargo bay that they haven't been able to get rid of. And they have encountered some aliens upon the Alexis. The person on the Alexis has mentioned the dig site on the planet where they got the monument, and they hope to find some answers down on the surface of the planet. So that's where we are currently. Before we go any further, we'll start again by making some introductions to some of the players here this evening. So, Jared, if you would like to go and let everybody know who you are playing and what maybe class, and any plugs you would like to go ahead and humbly provide folks, by all means.
Oh, I have to do it humbly?
Well,
anyway.
shame
Hello,
or shameful? It's shameless or shameful plugs?
My name is Jared Ratcher, and I will be playing Dr. Aaron Timms, who is a scientist. And if you do want to see any more of me, or at least any more of my work, you can visit either Gnome Stew, which you should visit regardless of whether you're looking for me or not, because there's awesome people writing for them. Or you can find my stuff on my blog at whatdoiknowjr.com.
Welcome, Jared. We'll go down below Jared to Mr. Jeff Goad.
Jeff Goad. Oh, that's me. Hey, so I'm Jeff Goad. I am the co-host of Spellburn, a Dungeon Crawl Classics role-playing game podcast. And I am also the co-host of the Appendix N Book Club. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat there, which is the podcast about the literary roots of Dungeons & Dragons. And we were nominated for an Emmy, and voting starts tomorrow. So please go to ennies.com. I don't know, Google Any Voting tomorrow, ENNIE voting, and give us a vote. Help us win the gold. And I'm playing Ogda, the Meditating Marine.
Yeah. Thanks, Jeff. And Jim.
Yeah, Jim Ingram. I'm playing Eric Lark, Teamster and pilot, who is nominally in charge of this fiasco. I'm thinking there's a pretty good chance he comes out of this okay. I don't know about the rest of you.
Yeah, that seems rather rational. All right, Jeff, the other Jeff down below. Welcome back, Jeff. Jeff's been absent a couple sessions. Welcome back, Jeff.
Glad to be back. I'm playing Jackson Dane. I'm the other Teamster on the ship. I'm the ship's mechanic.
All right. And then last but not ever least, Curtis.
Hi, I'm Curtis Takahashi. I'm playing Gubfer T. Gubka, the Marine. And for those of you who've been keeping track of all the stress points, I am the weakest link.
Are we in double digits yet?
Almost.
Almost. Okay.
And Jeff, how many Ennies does one man really need?
I only have one. Jared, how many do you have?
I don't personally have any. Those
Okay.
are collectively held by the gnome overlords.
Fair. Well, Curtis, I have one silver, and I would love to have a gold to complement it.
Okay.
But that
Someone
silver is
get
for
in.
Spellbird. Appendix N Book Club has no any.
There's no Electrum in between.
There's not.
Oh,
And Hoy does not have any, so
Also,
Gotta share.
I keep on
Exactly.
hoping with 2 Annie Award winners, we can make this part of the podcast an Annie Award winner.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be a trick. I have not released any of the audio of this show yet, but there's nothing stopping me, right? Unless one of these guys say, "Hey, you can't launch it, and I'll sue you if you do." But I don't know if that'll happen.
Best online content. Here we come.
Yeah, yeah, baby. All right. So, like I mentioned, you guys find yourself on the planet. The ship is out on a platform, a precipice, if you will, outside the cave that you have entered, in a big, smoothly carved board entrance into a side of a stone kind of canyon, if you will. And as you had walked into the canyon, pitch darkness and blackness surrounds you. Dirt, who is not here this evening because I hadn't explained that, is the group's android, and his player character is somewhere on a pool sipping Mai Tais somewhere, apparently. Why that would be better than playing Mothership, I don't know, but nonetheless.
Yeah. You could play via phone.
That's right, Curtis. But you go as the group enters the darkness of this cave. The material that it's made out of is not registering on any sensors that you're carrying along, which is rather perplexing. But it is space, and it's obviously you're dealing with aliens. Seems rather, I think maybe somewhat logical at this point. But you've also endured a little bit of some type of dream sequence that you had taken part in, each individual experiencing their own dream or visions. And I believe as we moved down, Dirt had turned around to see members of the party kind of frozen as they were walking into the cave. And eventually none of you see or hear anything that's different as you come to consciousness and aware of your surroundings. The dream or vision that you had seen was rather brief, almost out of body, but it seems as though it's like a regular dream where you felt maybe time stood still, you fell asleep, but now your consciousness and you're aware of where you are, which is in the same cave that you had entered. Nothing has changed. You look to your left and your right, and you see your fellow shipmates as where they were prior to you kind of blanking out for the most part. And that's where we left off. So I think the question is, what do you do? Dr. Timms, we'll start with you. What's going on?
I look around at everyone and I'll go, normally people don't all come out of something like that at the same time.
Well, now you may not be aware that the other folks have actually experienced a similar, something similar to you. So right now it's very on an individual basis. You've kind of all come to at the same time. If you were all to just continue walking through the tunnel, nobody would ever know the difference.
I'm going to stop and scan my own brain chemistry.
Okay.
Not for the first time.
Well, yeah, sometimes you do have to check your brain chemistry after certain events. It's just a thing you learn when you go to medical school while doing other things. So
we are talking about Dr. Timms too.
Yeah. So would you like me to make a check for that self-brain scan?
Actually, you do the scan and the readings come back. Everything checks out normal.
Hey, everybody, good news. My brain is normal.
Oh.
He is delusional.
There's
Hasty
confusion amongst the
conclusion.
group, I think.
So, just out of curiosity, I just had an incident where I felt like I needed to scan my brain. Does anyone else, no judgment, want to have their brain scanned right now?
So, Sean, would we like remember the visions we had during this whole dream thing, or is it going to be like a dream where after a few minutes it just kind of fades and we can't remember it?
Nope, you remember it. It's very much a. It seems to fade as time progresses, but it's so early at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a typical dream where you'd wake up right away and think, "Oh, I got to write this down because I'll probably forget it."
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, Tim's. I feel like I just had like a waking dream kind of experience. I don't know what's going on.
Scan his brain.
Okay. Scan his brain. He sticks the scanner up, and everything seems to come back. Readings are normal.
You are matching the patterns I have on record for you. Agda?
Well, Doctor, I'm used to elevated levels of consciousness, so this is nothing new for me. However,
Me too.
I do feel like my stim pack may need a re-up, though.
Hey, the good thing is I found an extra stim pack before we left the ship, so that's handy.
Nice. Stim me, Doctor.
All right. Okay, let me get my stim pack description here again. You would think I'd have it memorized by now.
Are you just going to administer the stim pack is what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
2d10 health, temporarily increase strength in combat by 2d10 each for 1d10 hours. Danger of addiction and or overdose.
Yeah, this is
if
your
used
second one in
frequently.
the same day, so it's up to our warden if this is going to start affecting you.
Start affecting, it might be worth a save, maybe, just to make sure you don't become...
I don't know that you have taken any damage, but you would have gotten 15 health back.
I've taken 7 points of damage, so I'm back up to full.
Yeah, see, you feel better now.
Give me a body save, Agda.
All right.
As Buford does a 5-foot step back.
Fail.
Oh.
Definitely back.
Yeah, the effects of the stim pack, you feel it more so than you have in the past. Everything is you get all the benefits mechanically. How long does it last?
I rolled a 6, so you get a 9% boost to strength in combat and 6 hours.
For 6 hours?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Agda, we're going to say that yours is going to last 3 hours.
Okay. It feels good. Thanks, Doctor.
Yeah, it feels pretty good.
Yeah, no problem.
After that 3 hours, I'm sure it'll be nothing. You'll feel better. And everything will be just fine.
I think stim packs are good. Anyway, so no brain scan for you, Agda?
Oh, no, I'm fine. Thank you.
All right, good to know. Buford?
Buford ain't the sharpest tack in the toolbox. So he's thinking, dream? Do I have a dream? I usually don't remember my dreams.
I'm scanning Buford's
Go
brain
ahead.
anyway.
Yeah.
Just
And he's been seeing a talking watermelon, or no,
That's true.
muskmelon.
That's
What do
right.
you mean? What do you mean? I see the muskmelon. You guys see the head.
The fact that you're aware of that's also disturbing.
And he's agreeing with me right now too.
so how's Buford's brain looking?
Buford's brain seems, all the readings seem to line with his patterns.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%
Barely human.
Buford.
Right.
I like that
Fairly
you're
human.
careful to say not say that his brain patterns are
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, they match.
Previous brain
Yes, they match my readings for Buford on a regular basis.
Right, don't forget to expand the scale so you can actually see anything.
I like picturing this where I'm scanning everybody one by one, and then I get the Jeff's character who hasn't been with us. Is like
Jackson Dane automatically appears in the cave.
And he's fine. He's got the lowest stress of all.
He did not. Actually, Jackson Dane, give me a percentile roll, please.
Sure. I find my dice roller here.
Yeah.
35.
35. So, now, Jeff, have you seen the previous episodes that you've been involved with?
Yeah.
You have. So you're caught up on where you guys are at and everything?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. If you're not, that's okay. I just want to make sure you have
I'm pretty good.
Okay. So as you are in the cave, and we kind of do a flashback to Jackson Dane as he steps along into the darkness of the cave, you stop. Your physical body seems to stop motion wise, and everything's, as I explained to the group last time, it's if you've ever almost passed out, sometimes if you're standing in one place and you have your knees locked, what happens is your oxygen from your brain tends to kind of lessen, and the pinpoints and the snowy vision of the old TV sets back in the 70s and 60s where it kind of snows, that comes into vision, and then all of a sudden you find yourself 35, huh? Where there seems to be music that is pleasantly generic coming through into your ears, and the waiting room sterile. So there's a waiting room that you're sitting in. It's kind of got that lime green look with walls, furniture seems
Guys,
rather
I'm
mundane.
pretty sure I'm in an elevator.
But you look around and nobody's around you.
The girl from eBay.
And then you wonder to yourself, how long have you been here, and how long will you remain? And so there's a clock that's sitting on the wall, and it's ticking, and it's very loud as it ticks. And then the sound of the clock subsides, and the muzak is what it is, right? The strange muzak, instrumental music is kind of playing. There's nobody in front of you. There's a desk with what somebody would probably be seated at, welcoming visitors into this room. There's a door that's made out of wood, very earthly in its makeup, right? You have been so out in space and, in different sectors where this is something that you've either witnessed back on Earth or, read about it or seen it in certain videos of entertainment. And you sit and then you look at the clock, and every time you look at the clock, it moves, but out of the periphery, it doesn't. So you try to catch it, whether it's moving or not, and time seems to not be going anywhere. And then you find yourself, as everything kind of rushes past you, as if you're running down a tunnel with a light at the end of it. And then you're approaching the light, or is the light actually approaching you? And then you come out of where you were, where you thought you were, and now you find yourself in the blackness and the darkness of a tunnel that, peering forward, is dark. Behind you is the light where you've come through. And as you look to your left and your right, you see Buford, Agda, Dr. Timms, and Lark. And then Tim and everybody kind of looks around, and Timms is starting to scan himself and things, he's like, yeah, everything seems fine.
Is that what he calls it?
And then he starts scanning. Agda gives Agda her stim pack, and that's where you begin. And then I think as we left off, Timms, were you scanning Jackson?
So Dane, up for a little brain scan?
Yeah, dude.
Jackson,
I'm like,
Jackson, give me a fear save, Jackson.
awesome. All right. Find my little mouse here.
So in Fear in Mothership, ladies and gentlemen that are watching this, some saves that the party would partake in are Sanity, Fear, Body, and Armor. And when they take a fear save, typically they will take stress if they fail, and that stress kind of compounds over time. And then what they may end up doing is making a panic check and then based on the amount of.
Are we treating this as if Dirt is here or not? Because that matters for fear saves.
Yes, it does. Dirt is here.
Yeah, he's present, but
he's in the green room too.
He seems frozen. He's standing, but he's not moving.
I failed that fear save.
You did fail? Okay. So take a point of stress, please.
And not only did I fail it, I critically failed it.
Oh, you critically failed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Our first.
That would be a 44.
Ah. And if you roll doubles in Mothership, you're critical. It's either a critical failure or a critical success. In this case, Jeff, we appreciate your contribution to the plot line.
Glad I could help. That room was really scary, dudes. That elevator music was frightening.
Give me an actual panic check in that case.
All right. I can actually re-roll on the panic effect table once per session. So we'll see how this goes. 18.
18 on the panic save. And you added your stress to that?
Yeah, so my stress total is 6, so 24.
24. Oh boy. I'm going to find the stress, the panic table.
6. He's fine.
No,
perfectly good. That's nowhere close to 95.
Well, I think like the max is.
I think it's like 30.
30 tops out.
20, yeah, it tops out at 30. 24, you said total?
Yep.
Give me a D10 roll. Oh, I'm sorry. No, you don't need to roll, Jeff. So
okay.
you become unresponsive and unmoving.
Again.
Like the last 2 sessions.
And how much stress do you have?
I have 6 right now.
So you would be for 6 minutes.
I'm back in my green room, guys.
So do you want this roll or do you want to re-roll it?
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
I was a pretty low roll, so let's assume high roll is better.
High rolls
Maybe.
Are not better.
Well, high rolls are not better.
They're usually not. So that's
if you
a pretty
do,
low
and then
roll.
I think this is not a secret. If you roll a 30 or more, you actually have a heart attack and die.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I am perfectly good with that.
I'm
18
good.
plus
I mean,
6.
Being catatonic for 6 minutes probably isn't a bad thing. Yeah.
It'll allow
considering.
Dr. Timms to scan my brain without any conscious thought.
Yeah.
As we sit there,
You guys just see me like pass out.
So as Dane tries to regain his senses from what had just occurred in his mind, he stops and is like kind of staring as the 100-mile stare and isn't moving. Dr. Timms.
So we alternate.
He's not moving, speaking. He is breathing. You know, it's obvious that he's breathing and he is alive.
Ogda walks
this
over and slaps him.
I've got this very laconic smile on my face.
Ogda slaps him.
And Buford slaps Dirt.
To say, I'm just staring between the two of them because right now they're both just not doing anything.
Right. They have the same. They have the same symptoms, so we're trying the same thing.
Yeah.
One is actually living, and the other one is more mechanical.
You've heard that the physiology doesn't. Never mind.
Yeah. Explaining it to a Marine.
What do you mean? It worked for the console on the bridge.
So Ogda slaps Jackson, and nothing occurs. You know, his head moves a little bit, but it's the actual strike does nothing to bring him to out of his catatonic state. Nope, and the pain is not seen from his face.
Matter of fact, I start to smile, so that kind of scares you.
Oh, you're catatonic. Man.
Break out the markers.
Can I get Jackson to swallow a pill in this state?
You with your medical training, sure. I think that would be. You're gonna have to probably. It's like pilling a dog,
popper.
right? You know, like
Yeah, the pill popper.
Exactly what I was thinking.
I know how to get this to work. Don't worry.
we don't want to offend any dogs out there, but yes, we
So, I don't believe you've taken any damage, correct?
Well, other than being slapped, so no.
Them
All right,
slapped by Ogda.
So your stress goes down by 1. So I'm assuming then you'll pop out of this a minute sooner, which isn't a lot, but it's what I can do.
That minute could be life or death.
Yeah. Hey, I've gotten to give out a pain pill and a stim pack all in the first few minutes here.
Doctor
Trying to
feel
be stronger.
All right. So, would you give him Dr. Tim's
Pain pill.
pain pill? Okay. And then what's the effects of that?
1d10 damage removed and lowers stress by 1.
Okay. So you're at like 5 stress now, Jackson?
Yep.
Okay. He is just kind of standing there. There isn't any change. Visibly, you scan him. It doesn't. It's just.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I'm checking to make sure, like, I know he might. I want to make sure he's not like going into shock or having anything shut down. If he's just catatonic, maybe I'll wait to see if the pill relaxes him.
the pulse rate, his oxygen levels all seem to be normal. It's a mental state that he is in that you could probably conclude.
It's known like a fugue state.
Yeah. You're wondering how long he may be in this state. So
I'm hoping a long time.
Lark, what are you doing? There's a lot of slapping going on.
A lot of slapping going on. So if I recall correctly, I think Ogda was leading the way in, and Buford was watching the rear because the ship itself seemed like it might have some dangerous things on it that could come after us. Do we hear anything going on while this is all happening?
No, the cave seems strangely quiet, right? You would think something of this size would have echo and reverb coming from any sounds that you're making. Even as you walk on the ground of the cave, it seems very smooth. Surface, I think I mentioned in the last episode, where it's not dirt necessarily, is like making up the floor of this, even though you're walking into the side of a rock face.
Mm-hmm.
It's as if you've walked into an audio treated room of some kind where none of the sound is bouncing off of the walls. It's very quiet.
Okay. And we're in vac suits. We might not be able to tell if there isn't any sort of like breeze or anything.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really.
Mark,
Yeah.
should we pick up the statues? Should we leave them here?
I don't think any of us should just stay here in this hallway. We need to either go in or leave. And I didn't really like what I saw out there, so I think we go further in.
Are we dragging them or are we leaving them?
We should bring them with us. I think if you can get Dirt, or if Buford can, Tim's and I will drag Jackson.
Not sure I can drag and shoot. You okay with that?
I mean, if you drop them so you can shoot, I don't think Dirt will be injured.
All right.
Also,
He's
I'm
probably
pretty sure
tougher
you
than we
can,
are too.
you can probably use Dirt as like a club. I mean, that's
Or a shield.
Shield.
Projectile.
Yep. Armor.
a distraction. We'll stick a gun in his hand and push him off to the side.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking at this floor. Reminds me of a story I read once about something called a shoggoth that swept floors.
Buford reads literature.
I was just picturing the only thing that Buford reads is like cosmic horrors.
Lovecraft. Like future space Lovecraft.
Yeah,
Space horror romance.
right. Just sitting there thinking, I could burn that. Yeah,
I mean, it's just what he read at Sunday school. It's fine.
That's right.
yeah. My parents made sure I went to church every day. Gave my sacrifices. Offered my prayers to the gods, and during the holidays, make sure I go back to the hometown.
What's your stress at?
9.
I'm not entirely certain Buford isn't the boss monster.
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
Hey, what do you mean? I've been intending to hit everything I shoot at.
So you guys want to move on? Hang out or?
No, let's keep moving.
Yeah, I don't want to hang out in this hallway. Let's keep moving.
Right.
So
Move
And
forward.
Octa will lead the way, dragging
how
dirt.
how
with
heavy
my gun under
is
my
dirt?
arm.
How heavy is dirt?
yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, is dirt like human weight, or is dirt somehow way lighter or way heavier?
I would say he's probably similar in weight and frame as some of you. So, he's not made out of iron where he's going to be, same build, but weigh twice as much.
Okay, in that case, ma'am, I feel much better if you had both hands of your gun, and I'll drag the dead weight here.
So Buford, you're going to drag dirt along with
Yeah,
you?
and since I'm in the back, that way, if anything comes, I can shove dirt at him and give everyone a chance to run.
I mean, he was already collecting Android parts. Now he has an entire Android.
Yeah. Hey, what happens if I
Now he's
switch
got
the heads?
Mr. Potato Head. He can start switching things around.
Oh man.
I can bring back a useful Android.
Please, no. I don't think that was a useful Android.
See what happens, Dan, when you're not here? You are subjected to ridicule without any viable defense. And that's kind of the price you pay.
Yeah.
Jeff, they were nice on you when you were gone. They didn't do anything to you.
We just lamented your competency because we
true.
didn't have it available to us.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah, we didn't have an engineer.
Look, we have a guy that might repair this, but he's napping on the bridge. So
He's slipping it off.
poor guy's under a lot of stress.
So
He's
are
got to
you
quit
guys,
with those benders.
who's bringing Jackson with?
I think Tim's and I are kind of like,
Yeah,
just
we kind of
walking
have
him.
them between the two of
All
us.
right, fair enough.
What was the woman's name that was on the bridge?
Smith.
Smith, and she's with us too?
She is, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
She's like, I'm not staying on that ship. And as you guys had walked into the cavern and looked behind you, the ship, before even leaving the airlock of the ship, the cargo bay door was being swallowed and engulfed by vines and tentacles of some kind. And then as you left the ship, it was even making its way towards the entrance of the ship and starting to take it over, like a creeping vine tentacle growth of some kind.
Kudzu.
Yeah. I'm
Yes,
sure it's nothing.
I suggest we continue to move perpendicular to the ship.
And see what happens when you break quarantine?
So you guys move forward down into the cave, and it seems as though you've been walking and walking and walking because it's hard to get a feel for anything that, any type of progress simply because it's so dark. Do you have any light sources that you're carrying?
Like headlamps on our vac
Lamps
suits.
on the vac suits. Boop, boop. Okay.
Yep.
So you have like the two on each side, and everybody's got theirs lit up, and so you get these beams that kind of float around as you make your way down into the cave.
Oh, does our night vision visors help at all?
Night vision's strange. It doesn't help at all. It seems because if you look through your night vision, Buford, it would be green in nature, and there's nothing to stand out. Night vision's really wonky. Buford, you might like using it. I don't know. But a lot of folks that complain about night vision is the lack of depth perception. So it's very kind of restrictive. It doesn't give you a lot out of the periphery, and so it's almost like you're still kind of it's a strange feeling because you could see, but you're still, because your depth perception's off. It's odd. Like you'll go to reach for something and it's not where you think it is. You have to reach out a little bit further. So nothing that you look through in your dark vision or night vision seems to highlight anything within the cave. It looks around. You could see the figures around you a little bit more clearer, but it's not like you guys are separated by a huge amount of distance that would make a big difference. In some situations, it becomes very helpful. In this one, it's more of a nuisance than anything.
Yeah, while I'm in the military, I'm used to being kept in the dark. So,
so how long?
And nothing on IR, right?
No.
Okay.
No. Except for your fellow teammates.
So how long have we been going down this corridor and just haven't seen anything?
Yeah, I got a fly in my basement. Man, that thing is going to drive me crazy. Sorry.
Yeah. And how much oxygen do we have left?
Yeah, you've got a full oxygen tank of some of these vac suits. You took some of the ones that were on the ship and I've moved on. So you've probably got a good hour of oxygen. You've been in this cave for, God, I think you've probably been off the ship and maybe a total of 7 minutes, maybe. It hasn't been all that long. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you look at your clock, the kind of disjointed dream that you had might have set your clock off a little bit internally, but you look at your kind of chronometer and everything seems to be okay. It's been 7 minutes and not that long.
Okay, but it might feel like it's been longer because of the dream. Okay,
right.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just been like if we've been walking down this hallway for an hour and not found anything, it might be time to turn around.
No, it's
but
nothing
if it's
like
7
that.
minutes, keep going.
No, 30 minutes before. We're hoping to find supplies, remember?
Well, if I recall correctly, like there is air, it's just pretty thin.
Yeah, we may not be the most lucid. We wouldn't necessarily die.
Right.
Tim's, if you did a scan and check the actual environment for breathable air, you could take off the masks and be just fine. I think I mentioned where it seems as though if any effects would occur, it would be just due to like the thinness of the oxygen, as if you were at high altitude in other planets. So it's certainly breathable.
So Tim's doesn't notice any difference.
Right.
Well, in that case, shouldn't we be conserving our air tanks?
Probably so.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and that also gives us a great chance to do the whole trope of air is fine. Take these off.
Right.
We've already been exposed to a supposed airborne undetectable pathogen. What's another?
Actually, never mind.
There's another one. Maybe they'll fight each other.
Hey, there we go.
Let them
biological control.
I didn't go to medical school.
True mutual interaction.
That sounds right.
Eric Laurie, I'm not a scientist, but I know what I'm talking about.
It's just logic. If you get two different diseases, they fight each other instead of you.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Hey. Sounds like the law of the universe to me.
If we get off this planet, I'm scheduling science lessons for.
Guys, we left the ship. Everything I know how to do was on the ship. I mean,
no, sir. You still have your leadership qualities.
I did take command as a skill.
Yes.
Dr. Tim's a lunch and learn is probably in order.
It's like, and did you say Buford took the your helmet off?
Yeah, well, I opened the face,
The hood,
faceplate.
Okay,
I'm not getting rid
I'll
of my
watch
protection.
watch Buford for a few minutes. Are you seeing any funny colors?
There isn't any effect on you, Buford.
Yeah.
You seem fine.
No, sir. All I see is regular old army green.
How many fingers am I holding up?
3 tentacles.
Fine. I will shut the air off and open up the faceplate.
Okay.
After all, they're making what time when we want clean air.
Ogden is the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Same.
All right.
After all, so we ended up landing. We ran out of air. Otherwise, we could have kept on.
Does it
floating.
smell funny here?
No, it seems like the air is rather crisp. There's no breeze, but it doesn't. There's no dampness. There's no moisture to the air. It seems relatively dry. Yeah, it's strange because again, it might. What would something like this produce as far as smell or air density? But it seems.
Yeah, Doc. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Doc. Wouldn't old dead bodies dry and preserve just fine in this atmosphere?
Why do you ask?
I don't know. Just see. I mean, things empty. It's kind of like a specimen cage, I think.
Comes to mind.
Like
I'm really starting to worry about
things.
you, Buford.
Where's the mummy?
So as you progress, you see something ahead. It seems to look like an end, and the ceiling or above you tends to start coming down towards you. So
As in it's moving, or you just mean
sloping down towards more at a reasonable height. So it's not, vaulted into the. You can actually make it out where you point your lights up and you can see kind of the surface, and then as you go up towards the wall, it kind of arches over, and then it gets significantly higher. But it comes down to a reasonable height, probably about 15 feet above your heads.
I'm looking all around to see if there's anything worth shooting.
Yeah, you don't, Agnes, no, you don't see anything. It's quiet. You don't see any movement or images, shadows, or anything other than the group that you're with. Jackson starts to kind of shake a little bit. Comes to Jackson, you come to, you've kind of.
Whoa. Where are we?
Hey,
What's
buddy.
going on?
We're back home.
Oh, I had this weird dream.
You looked like you were getting a little stressed out, so you have some painkillers in your system. You don't want to take those too often, but if you're getting freaked out, let me know, and I can give you another one.
I will. He's just got this smile on his face.
I've got the biggest fly buzzing around me, and it's loud. And it's driving, and I have headphones on, and it's driving me absolutely bonkers. Like, I don't know how long I can go through this before I lose my own sanity. Like, come out with a towel whacking stuff all over the place.
Well,
Any help? I can't hear it.
Oh,
Yeah, we can't hear it.
not yet.
So you're lucky it's not Death Hornet.
Right on my mic. And so then you come to the kind of the end or a wall, and the wall goes left and right for quite a distance, even beyond the light that you have cast upon it from your helmets and your suits. But there is or seems to be some type of carved entrance. It's kind of, you could make out the edges of what would look like some type of, well, there's kind of a square, I guess, etched into it. It's like 20 feet by 15 high. But there doesn't seem to be a handle or anything visible to any of you.
So we got
Any
to the end
signs
of
that
this
the
hallway.
archaeology team was here.
I was saying we got to the end of the hallway and it's like a T intersection. Like, what do you mean it's going off left and right?
No, well, you come to the end. I mean, there's wall. There's a wall.
Oh,
in front of
okay.
you, right, and then there's a door set into a door, a square etched into the wall in front of you.
Okay, no markings left by the archaeological team, like press here to open door, or
No, Smith didn't accompany the away team, but there was no mention of this type of thing in the logs.
Can I, from an engineering knowledge check, would I see how the door was constructed, maybe, or?
Yeah, by all means.
Let's see.
on the other hand, we do have the Marine Corps skeleton key with us. Grenade.
This is true.
We'll call that Plan B for Buford.
Okay.
That is a success.
Or boom.
Although we also have a metal, like a metal cutter, right?
Laser cutter.
Laser cutter.
Yeah, let's give Dane a chance here.
So Dane,
That was a success.
You do. It's not a mechanism that you've come across before, but you make out that there's some strange, almost rudimentary gear mechanism that's set probably behind the wall in some case. You find a couple of holes that are set into the side of the wall. And you know that if you have some items to stick in it,
Like a lever. Yeah.
yeah, kind of. There's levers that are in play, and as you look at it, you could tell. Like, wait a minute, hold on a second. This there's something here, and you see some of the things that the group doesn't see as you inspect it closer, and then you pop something out, and it seems like a lever of some kind, and it's got a link down probably below it, and it looks as though it would pull out towards you.
Yeah, so I'll reach in with my my hand and just kind of pull it, and then kind of maybe try to give it a twist or a turn as I'm
Sure.
doing that.
Give me a strength check.
You're making me laugh. Oh yeah, that 96 is not going to cut it.
Okay.
So I'm trying. I'm struggling.
You see Dane reach into kind of a part of the wall, and he's got his hand kind of looks in kind of not too far into the wall, and he's trying to pull something out, and he's just struggling.
Position myself to lead from the rear.
Okay.
This looks like a job for a Marine Ogda.
Gonna have Buford with dirt, in front of me.
Of course.
Sir, I'm supposed to be watching the back, sir.
You keep an eye on the door. I'll watch back here.
Okay. In that case, keep an eye on Dirt Boy here.
Absolutely.
If we get the door,
Yeah, I kind of look back at Ogden and I'm like, "Hello,
Yep. You want me to start pulling?
pull."
All right. Ogden walks up.
with augmented strength.
Doing some meditation stretches before she.
Yep.
Yep.
Do I have advantage? I ask after I roll.
Military training?
Yeah.
So you have your stim, you have a plus on your strength, right, from the stim pack?
That's very correct.
Still failed, huh?
That is correct.
Oh.
A normal fail, but a fail.
Okay. Well,
Spent 12 weeks in level pulling school.
yeah.
We had whole door pulling classes, knob
You
pulling,
skip those.
jar opening classes.
No, that was the surgeons for the jarhead.
So yeah, I failed.
Nice.
Need a hand? Need a hand, ma'am?
Sure, you can give it a shot.
Okay.
I don't think anybody can get it open, but
Buford, you're gonna do it solo, or is Agda gonna help in any way? Or
Oh no, Agda's stepping back and folding her arms.
oh, okay. All
He
you,
loosened it
Buford.
up for him.
59 out of 61. 59 out of 61. Since I think I'm still boosted from my stim pack.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, time has
Click.
not lapsed all that long since you
Oh.
left the ship.
And this is only like a meta burn, but I also got a 59, but my 59 was a failure.
Oh,
Strength is one of Buford's big points.
yeah, Buford gets in there, and I think I got this. Yep, you hear this click lock sound, and then it's strange because an echo that shouldn't be there kind of resounds from the lock out into the chamber that you're in, and the door, or what you perceive to be the door, I guess, but the square in the wall on the right hand side seems to come out just a little bit towards you. Dane,
Thank you,
Dane
ma'am.
notices that. Agda, Buford.
Thank you, ma'am. You must have jostled it a bit more loose for me. Thank you. I'm dumb, but I've got good survival instincts.
Is there anything we're shooting?
The more you actually pull on the lever, the more the door kind of ekes itself out from the surface of the wall.
Okay, continue pulling.
Yep, keep pulling. It's tough. Buford's kind of struggling a little bit, but you get it to a point where the door is, you could see when it's cracked open, it's thick, but there's indentations in the edges of the door every couple feet. Where you
Mr.
could
Locke,
stick your fingers in or an item where you could probably pull it out.
Okay.
All right.
I'll try to maybe stick my crowbar in, and we can try to lever it.
I say I was going to hand my crowbar to Buford, but if you guys want to help, if you get it cracked open enough that you're able to see in, stop and let's get a light in there.
Then when we get open, should we use dirt to wedge it open so it doesn't close behind us?
Perfect.
We'll use them as a doorstop. That's fine.
And Agda also has a crowbar. She can help out.
I'm not sure how android abuse fits in the Hippocratic Oath.
No, he's not working. He's dead.
But the D stands for doorstop. We miss you, Dan.
Doorstop in rustic, terrestrial.
So you get your crowbars in there and you start to move the door, and it starts to swing with a slowly, but it picks up a little bit of momentum, and it's as if you were opening a huge vault door, similar to something that would, like a safe of some kind in the olden days. But it opens up. It's very thick. It seems to be all of one material on the front and the back. So it's a 20-foot entryway, and ahead of you is darkness. But it's more of at this point ahead of you is more of a corridor. It's 10 foot by 10 foot, 10 foot wide, 10 foot high, and then it's fairly narrow and goes down. There is no artificial light source of any kind, or natural light for that matter, and continues forward for probably, given your light source, probably 30 feet, maybe further.
Okay. So they got it all the way open?
They got it open enough where you could walk in very
Okay.
comfortably. Yeah. I mean, you guys could crank it all the way open, but I don't know if you necessarily need to do that. It's up to you.
Okay.
Once you get it like past the point, you can just all push on it all the way.
Right.
All right. Agda, this
Go
thing,
ahead.
since it opened from this side, I'm guessing it was designed to keep something in. So
All right.
just be very alert. I think we still probably just have to go forward, though.
All right, Agda's going to go ahead and do the looking around at all the corners with the head flashlight. What is it called? The headlamp.
The
Headlamp.
headlamps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Miner's lamp.
Headlamps. Find things to shoot at.
All right. You don't see anything, Agda. Nothing catches your eye. You think you've swept over the area quite tentatively and not noticed anything. What's the march order? How are you guys gonna go in this forward?
Ogda's going in first.
All right.
We haven't gotten any indication of anything following us from behind.
Not yet.
And is this
Okay.
is this like rock? Is it
More now. This is
metallic?
more metallic in nature. So the
okay?
the material makeup of this corridor is different from where you're coming from. Absolutely.
Okay.
The very noticeable.
I'm gonna activate my mag boots.
Oh, okay.
So in case something opens up under my feet, I won't hopefully fall.
All right.
I kind of want to be behind Ogda in case I need to feed her addiction. I mean, heal her.
She's got like
Points of
3
injury.
hours. Six according to you. I mean, it should be good for 6.
So the fact that door opened from this side and it's that heavy duty kind of has me on edge. So I'm kind of thinking both Marines in front.
Buford, any objection to being in the front?
No, I'll just take dirt here and prop him against the door to
Okay.
everything stays open.
So dirt right in front of Buford.
Boom. Okay, there we go. He's wedged in tight. Okay, coming up.
So
Coming up.
I think we got the 2 Marines up in the front. That hasn't been disputed.
Yeah.
Tim's, where are you falling in this? Right?
I'll be second row behind Ogda.
Okay.
I'll be behind Buford.
Okay. And then I guess Smith and I will be back rank. Then.
Okay. All right. Dane, give me an engineering roll. Imagine you guys are moving forward.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. All right. Oh no.
No,
97.
97, huh?
No
Yeah,
luck.
strange. You're kind of like, this is a strange environment. Nothing seems to be clicking, but you thought maybe, have I seen something?
Doesn't appear to be mechanical of any sort, though, as far as I can tell.
No,
So
no. Ogda and Buford moving forward. No problem.
Okay.
Kind of move forward into the darkness. Lark and Smith bringing up the rear. You guys hear something off in the distance from where you came into the cavern, and you can vaguely see some type of image or figure way down from where you entered the cavern. It may be even you see and you look and it looks vaguely familiar. Might be one of those creatures that you saw on the ship. And then you stare a little closer. You might see another one, or is it the same one? You're not sure.
Okay, I am going to fire this laser cutter. I've been hauling around down the corridor. It has a maximum range of 700 meters.
700 meters. Holy shit.
As
is
short
this the
as
one that cut the
25, 250,
Yeah, that's
700.
Lark, give me
This is
a,
like one that'll
cutting
actually hit
laser.
the ship. This does ship damage, doesn't it?
It'll do 1 mega damage against ships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
1d100 against other things.
this thing's portable. Like you're carting it around, or what?
It's like
it's in my excavation loadout. I assumed I had
all
it
right,
with
That's
me.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
These vac suits,
It's
man.
kind of
Super batteries.
yeah. It's kind of like that gun that what's his name carried in Predator.
Oh, I get one shot and then it like has a
Nice.
recharge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Takes one round to recharge between shots.
Give me a fear save, Lark.
Okay, I'll give five credits as he hits you.
I rolled 10.
I would think that's a success.
That is a success.
All right. Excellent. You seem to maintain your wits about you. You feel a little tenseness, but you're like, hey, I think I got this. No stress.
Yeah.
All right. Agda Bufort's moving forward.
Yeah,
Tim's.
because I guess now that we've heard, I'm guessing we've heard that there's firing behind us, right?
He isn't. Did you shoot anything, Lark? You didn't shoot.
I'm shooting the laser. If
you
I
are
saw
shooting it.
something coming down the hallway,
I thought you were like
after us-
juicing it up, like boom.
no! If I saw
Okay.
something and it looked like it might have been one of those aliens, everyone I know is here.
Yes,
I am shooting.
that's a fair assessment. All right, no, go yes. In that case, Agda, you hear the burst of this laser rifle majigger, whatever it is,
The laser cutter.
the laser cutter. 1 mega damage of.
Or deep percentile roll for damage.
Yeah, let me. What are you gonna shoot at? One of those things? Is that what you're?
It's a damn
There
good
are
thing I
more
got
than
through.
one?
Well, one that you see.
Yes, I am shooting at that.
All right. Give me a roll.
You're gonna
That,
shoot at all 10 of those things?
I have I've not actually attacked anything. Is that just a combat roll?
Oh, yes. So you would roll.
Unless do you have like a would this be a firearms? Would this be
A tool use?
I have none of those things.
heavy
Military
machinery
training.
military training,
Mechanics?
Scavenging.
meditation?
No, I don't have any relevant skills.
Oh, Mr. Goad, always fishing.
Yeah.
And I rolled
That's why he's in command.
and I borrowed Mr. Seifert's dice and rolled a 94.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay.
Well, at least it wasn't a critical failure.
And now I have a whole round before I can shoot again.
And here it comes.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is it's like acts as a giant laser pointer for whatever this is, and it jumps towards it.
It's like long lasers just goes, shoom, and fires through the chamber, down the distance. You're not sure if you've hit anything or not.
That would have been a great damage roll.
Do we see what he was shooting at?
What's the range of that thing? Does it have a range?
Short range is 25 meters, 250 is medium, 700 is max.
Okay. All right. So
I mean,
All
maybe
right.
we're a kilometer down. I don't know.
yeah, that's all.
So I hear this kind of scream out, and I turn around and you see me lower my laser cutter.
All right.
Is it possible for Agda and Buford to, I don't know, is this corridor wide enough that we can get to them without like pushing through everyone?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, Agda turns around and comes up to Lark and wants to see what he's shooting at, and she wants to start shooting at it.
Do I
You see me fire my laser cutter right next as you step up, and I hit whatever I'm aiming at.
Okay.
Is that just a boast, or is that based on dice roll?
Right.
On my dice roll.
Why are you shooting at the rescue party?
He's just putting it out into the universe.
Yeah.
That's right. Whatever I'm aiming at,
Do we have some rough estimate of range, or is that just an unreasonable ask?
It's tough to figure out from
Cutter doesn't do that automatically?
given the cavern and the distance and everything. But I mean, I kind of know what your range is. So
Where is range?
So range is the way range is if it's short, then you are fine. If you are medium, then it is a 10% penalty, and then if it's long, then it's disadvantage.
Do you know where a weapon's range is?
It would be
inside
table
the
on the front.
inside page.
Our armor
On the
29,
front cover.
29
Oh, thank
are
you.
10, 75, 150.
Yeah, I'm thinking laser cutter is the longest range thing we have, but
Why didn't we grab more of those?
Is this beyond 150? Do Buford and I, with our military training, think that this is beyond 150?
no. You could probably you could let it rip. 150
All right.
meters. That's a pretty good distance. So
I'm gonna let it rip.
I'm sitting here watching like all these laser cutters go off. Like,
well, Agda, what are you shooting? You're like shooting a regular gun, right? Like a
SMG.
I'm
pulse
shooting
rifle.
an SMG.
Yeah.
I hit.
So you're, pew, pew, like the lasers like firing up, and then you hear Agda rattling off a bunch
What
of
are we
rounds.
shooting at, everybody? Hey!
Yeah, they're just unleashing.
19 points.
19 points. All right, excellent.
How much did the laser cutter do?
Yeah,
That's a good question. Jackson,
they
did you roll
multiplied.
damage? Jackson's finding a home. He can't. He's muted.
He's relocating.
He's
I'm here.
I'm going into
Yeah,
this
hold
other
on.
room.
I did 9 damage. Sorry, it's a laser cutter. It's 9. So hold on. I rolled 110.
Roll that other one.
98 damage.
98 damage.
They're photosynthetic and they have just multiplied.
Yeah.
They eat plasma.
If you use a laser against these creatures,
The party dies.
this is what you do. If it's bullets, it's very effective. All right. Whatever was out there doesn't seem to be visible to anybody.
We nuked
Well,
it, guys.
When you do 98 points of damage.
My
So-
question is, was it visible and now it's no longer, or Eric or Lark's the only one who ever thought he saw it?
You had seen it, Agda. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't have been able to hit it. But it is not visible. It is not standing up. You can't see from here what might have happened to it. You don't see a body slumped on the ground or anything. It's just simply too dark and too far away.
Okay.
All right.
Nothing is moving at the end of that cavern.
So we
I
were
say, oh, sorry.
we were just inside the door when this all happened, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And also I want to say something. So I was using that laser cutter to cut the ship free. So I used some number of charges doing that.
Okay.
And there are 6 total.
Okay.
So if you say so, I might just be out of ammo on this because it takes like an hour with a power source or 6 hours of sunlight to charge.
Okay.
So I might be out of ammo with this laser cutter.
Well,
Just saying.
typically in Mothership, if you are not military trained, I believe, or Marine,
it's not a full auto thing. Like this is more
I gotcha.
scavenging mining equipment that
Gotcha.
can be used as a weapon.
Yeah, and you
Right.
critically failed on your check on the ship.
At one point I did, yeah.
Yeah. It took a little longer, so therefore you probably used up a little more charges than you expected.
Okay.
We'll see.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I'm wondering if we need to go back and check. Like take a look at whatever we hit.
I mean, Captain, if you want to, we can. I would recommend getting a door between us and it and going deeper.
I believe he's planetary governor now. We figured that out.
Yeah.
I can't be Commodore. The fleet's not here.
Yeah, you're the planetary governor now.
We're colonizing. I can't see any way that going deeper into this cave could go wrong. So let's continue.
Just the leadership we need.
Okay, sure. So should I unblock the door then?
Yes.
Okay,
Pulling
pull Jared out of the way.
Right, you guys gonna go down the corridor then in the manner that before you were rudely interrupted?
Yes, and we're closing the door behind us if possible.
Oh, okay. All right. Sure.
Like I said, move Jared out of the way.
Yep.
Okay. Close
No
the door.
flip-flopping.
Close the door. Door's fine. The door on this side seems to have like a very visible mechanism.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I feel better now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And
Sure, whatever those things are, they don't know how to open doors.
We have laser cutters.
As far
And
as
we know how to
they
use
can
them.
only travel through air vents.
that's
Oh.
right.
That's right.
Say, Dr. Timms,
Mm-hmm.
I'm rummaging
Yes.
around in my loadout pack. Here, I guess you probably can use these more than I can. I pull out 6 stim packs. Here you go.
Nice.
I do like distributing stim packs.
Yep. He's the doctor, not me. you're our doctor, right?
He slept at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
I have the student loans to prove it.
Oh, okay.
That's why I signed
That's
on
why
for this stupid thing.
So you get
That
down.
doesn't mean you actually completed your
Join
training.
the Corps. See the universe.
All right, so you guys continue on the corridor, and it comes to a T intersection. You could go left or right, but when you get down to this section, there seems to be the sides of the corridor have almost like a mosaic carved into the sides of each wall. Whether you go left or right, there is some dim lighting. It seems illuminated almost from a glow behind some of the mosaic. So imagine somebody that knows ironworks really, really well, carving iron and metal, cutting it, putting it against the solid wall so it's a bit raised, and then having some type of kind of LED lighting behind it that glows and casts these kind of shadows along the walls of this corridor.
And are they just like abstract patterns, or is it actually some sort of like representational art?
Very good question. It seems rather abstract that you can tell, although with parts and pieces of it and how it flows, it could mimic some of the aliens that you've seen with the tentacles, how it's streamed down. So it's not a one-to-one representation, but artistically it could be representing something like what you have seen.
Okay. Well, I dropped out of art school to be a pilot. Does anybody know anything about art or architecture?
Well,
Actually,
I'm wondering, does this look like the same kind of material?
From the
statue.
it does actually.
So I have archaeology.
Ooh.
You do have archaeology, Dane.
I do.
Give me an archaeology roll.
All right. Okay, 90, so whatever. Let's see what you get. No, I didn't get a 98. I got an 89.
Okay.
So
Is that a fail, I'm guessing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Beaver uses the old-fashioned way. He's just in there looking at and poking at the glowy parts and see if anything's a secret lever or anything.
So, Dane, you, based on your archaeology background, are very intrigued at what you're seeing, but it's not really making any sense. At 100-foot level, you would just assume that it's some... You're not sure if it's by design or if it's by, if it's some type of way to communicate, like, of some ancient civilizations, they used to paint on the walls to depict stories and things of that nature. So you're not quite sure, or it could just simply be, hey, this is cool. We're going to make this look like this.
I think this was done by a grad student, guys. Really.
A thesis project. Is there any discernible difference in style, like right or left?
No.
Okay. No. So pretty uniform style.
It is.
Which side has less tentacles?
That's kind of what I was asking.
It might take a little while.
That's the side we're going to.
Yeah. These are solid, right? Nothing moves on them or anything as I push on things.
I'm wondering if we should ask that head that Buford's carrying around. Maybe it was on the team that came down.
Ooh, I don't know. You want the head.
I don't know at what point consulting the disembodied head became a good idea.
It never sounded like a good idea until now, but now it sounds like a great idea.
Hey, I've seen that movie, Castaway.
I mean, Dims, if you have a good idea of which direction to go, I'm all ears.
I'm just a little worried that we're consulting the disembodied head or Millen, as the case may be.
I dig out the head.
Would you feel better if we did the opposite of what it tells us?
I don't know.
Let's ask Buford, and then we do the opposite.
Okay,
Buford, which way do you want to go?
Pull the head out, and is it there?
Yeah, it's there.
Okay, does it still look like a melon to me?
It does.
Does it still look like a head to them?
It does.
Great. Hey, tap, tap, tap. Morning.
Thump, thump, thump. Seems ripe.
Yeah. Ooh. Hmm.
Nice and hollow sounding.
Okay. Do the eyes open or anything?
It
Hello?
doesn't. It does not.
Bam, bam. Shake, shake, shake.
Do any of us see it reacting as he is like slapping it around?
No, as a matter of fact, you do not. It doesn't seem to be doing anything actually at this
Okay.
point. Yeah.
Damn, useless thing.
And Smith was never here. All right.
Yeah. So who's up front? Well, you're all kind of similar. Agda and Buford, I think.
Agda's at the very front. Oh,
Yeah.
no, actually, Agda returned to the front.
Yeah. So there is a faint metal on metal sound coming from the right corridor. It's off in the distance.
You said this is metal,
Wow.
now, not that other wonder material, right?
Correct. Yep, that's correct.
Are there any marks on the floor?
No,
people?
there aren't.
That-
It's
Are we
very
all-
clean, dust-free, smooth,
Yeah.
but it is more of a metal type than anything.
Are we all hearing that sound?
Yes, if you're quiet,
Okay.
assuming you're quiet. Yeah.
Lark,
Yeah,
do you like us to go toward or away from that sound?
I don't want it behind us, so let's go towards it.
Okay.
Okay. So you're leading, Mr. Lark?
No, I'm leading.
I was giving him a chance, to be
Bless
bold.
you, Agda.
And that's why he's probably going to survive this.
You thought I was joking in the intro. I don't know if you caught on. I'm Ripley.
No, I'm the guy who walked out of the Donner Party. That's me.
So yeah, we're going to the right, and I'm in the lead.
So you're going to beat the alien in your underwear?
Right.
Is that me or Lark?
Lark.
Yeah.
You go down the corridor for some distance. It's quite a distance. And as you do, it's like metal on metal, like a clang, clang, clang. Then it stops. Clang.
Is it kind of all
Clang.
around us, or does it get louder as we move down the corridor?
It gets louder as you move down the corridor, coming from from ahead of you. And it's not in a specific pattern, right? There's maybe a couple 3 at a time, pause, a couple once. So
Okay.
Not the same as noise we heard back on the ship, right?
Jackson, Lark, do you have engineering?
No, I do not.
So Dane, you would know that this is not mechanical in nature. Like
Right.
if it was mechanical,
Okay.
it'd be tang, bang, like you could set your watch.
It'd
to
be
it,
more-
probably.
more rhythmic.
Okay. But the source of the sound doesn't seem to be moving.
No,
Okay.
Does it sound like the clang clang we heard originally on the ship?
In the air ducts?
Well, that was like the monster moving around, I
Yeah.
think.
yeah,
Does
no,
it
it's
sound
not
like
the
that?
same. It
Well,
is
we
not.
never.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
Does
not
it sound like
same.
the clang, clang, clang of a trolley?
It
Clang, clang.
kind of, maybe, not really. No.
I stopped myself from making that joke.
I
remember
don't
this
think
game I played
anybody can
called-
run a game and not have some weird nuance thing, like that somebody wouldn't reference. It'd be
As long
pretty
as it's
bad.
not like Silent Hill and the guy with the big cleaver.
I was wondering if the train arrived.
Maybe it depends.
Catchphrase.
Oh, come on, Sean, you don't have the train button there?
I do actually. I could just. I don't have it up in front of me, but it wouldn't take me long.
So yeah, we're moving toward it.
All right. Go down to the end of the hallway. There is a short passage to the left and a short passage to the right. But what I mean by short is literally it's like 10 feet to the left and 10 feet to the right. The passage seems to get very narrow, almost half. It's like 5 feet wide at this point. And to the left, same. To the right, the same. It's kind of at a 45-degree angle. And they both go down 10 feet, and then both have a door at the end of them.
Okay. So it's kind of like a Y intersection kind
Correct.
of thing?
Yep, exactly. And,
And-
as you're standing at the Y, you hear the noise coming from either direction.
Okay, so it seems pretty uniform where the sounds come. Are the murals still on the walls here?
The murals are still on the wall. Yep.
Okay, it's still
Have the
no.
murals gotten closer to us?
They have, if you consider the corridors narrowed. Yes.
Okay, there's still no like discernible difference in the pattern or anything. It
No.
still seems fairly uniform.
No. And then how they used to glow, like kind of a more of a violet. Now they've kind of, and as you've moved down the corridor, the the illumination behind the patterns have changed from like deep red to, even a lighter orange. And now where you're standing is kind of a deeper green. There's no pattern to how it is. It's very subtle. It's like watching some kind of like
A lamp and back you.
LED lamp that kind of the patterns just move and change. My wife's got these things that spews scented stuff out of them and it changes color and stuff. Similar to that,
You're the first person I've ever heard who has one of those.
One of the vapor thingies. I don't know what it is.
One of those scent spewers.
Yeah, scent spewers.
I don't know. It's kind of making me think of, I don't know if you guys have been to the Detroit airport. There's this tunnel with like lights in it.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of making me think of that.
I've been to the Detroit airport. I probably walked by down that corridor, but I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little trippy.
A little or a lot trippy?
It's not as weird as like Denver airport, but it's a little trippy.
Well, there's not a demon horse, so
Right. Or creepy murals or
Yeah. Mr. Lark,
Yeah.
tactical observation. This is a bottleneck. We're down to 5 feet now.
We are. I'm kind of wondering if both these doors go into like the same big room since the sound's coming through both of them.
You hear that word's vibrating through the wall, one of the two.
And you said these are fairly short corridors?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, they're like
So-
10 feet, and then there's a door, a visible door. Metal or metallic in nature, similar to the one that you've come through, but much, much smaller scale. It's Dane. It's a little unique because they're visibly a door, but it's not like, oh, there's the hinges. It's just like a smooth etched. You're just concluding from the door that you came in and entered this area that it's a similar thing, just a smaller scale, without the need of a lever. Like,
Okay, so
It just kind of normally opens.
tactically-
you could probably push on it and it would just kind of
Well,
pivot.
tactically, would it make sense for us to try opening them both at once? Or do we want to do one? Or do we just want to pretend like we never saw this and go the other way?
There's only
Because
one
we
way
still
out.
have a whole other corridor to go down.
I feel like if we're here, we should check this out.
Okay.
Buford goes over and presses his ear to the first door to see if he can hear anything.
Are you going down the right or the left, Buford?
The left, the wrong way, of course.
The left? Okay. So you get down, Buford goes down to the left, and you get to kind of the end, and then are you
Okay,
gonna
just put my ear against the door.
Yep, you hear like kang, kang, kang.
So is it more like a conductive kang or is it an atmospheric
kind of like
kang?
well, if you allow me, let me see if I do not have it loaded. Actually, I wonder if I can just load it quick enough and see. Bear with me for just 1 second. Because if it's here, it's cool. And if it's not, oops, that's not what as long as I hit the right thing. That is not going to help. So, nope, I don't have it. It's like, two swords clashing. Clang, 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 clang.
All right. Well,
And then
gun
put my
meets
head,
sword, so let's go in.
Swords
head over
clashing,
you.
not rubbing. Like, clang,
Okay.
shh.
Like a Wilkinson sword commercial.
Sure.
For those of you who are old enough to remember those.
They used to have commercials for swords.
No, this was for shaving blades, and their symbol was a pair of cross cutlasses. So the commercial was bang like that.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Buford.
Shows how old I am. Yep.
Yeah, it's all right.
And how much TV I watched. Okay, well, it sounds okay. I guess so. Okay, you said it looks like the other. It seems like the other door is the mechanism there too.
There isn't any mechanism.
No.
It's like walking into a McDonald's bathroom. There's no.
Okay.
It's just it's an entrance.
And it's just as scary.
That's a bad analogy. Yeah, just as scary.
And a very specific one.
Well, there's not like a hand. What I meant by point is there's no handle to pull or push. It's just a flat surface.
Oh,
Okay, great. So I'll start feeling around the edges, just like in the Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah. Okay.
And seeing if this thing moves or has a pivot point or anything. Or
Yep. Yeah. If you push on the right side of the door, it gives in.
Okay, partial. Up with the gun. Open it the rest of the way.
All right. Buford's going in.
Agna will join.
Door or entrance, what have you, swings in towards your left. It's very quiet. And the sound is quite a bit louder. Pang, pang. And there is somewhat of a light source. It's brighter that comes up almost from up instead of anywhere else. And you going to move in, Buford?
Yep.
Okay.
Going low.
All right. As you move in, the corridor seems to open up a little bit, and there's steps kind of rising to your left. And then there are steps going down to your right. And then the kind of level that you're on tends to go at a little bit of an angle forward. And as you look, there seems to be, it's almost like tiers that go up every few feet. So it would be almost similar to like some type of amphitheater. And as you look up, it goes up quite a distance, probably 50 feet to your left at a rather steep angle. But there's also tiers. So it's kind of like steps, and then you go all the way around. And then you could go down, which is fairly steep, and can also go around to the front of you.
Is
There's-
the clanging coming from up or down?
Down below.
Yeah, and
When
still
we
no chalk
came
marks
in-
from the,
When we came in, was the cave level with the ground,
No.
or was it?
No, so
Down
where you
or
guys
up?
landed, you're kind of you landed on a precipice that was kind of, jutting out from the cliff wall, right? There's a flat surface, pretty decent in size, where you could land a smaller ship and set up more of a kind of a base camp. So it's a pretty decent sized chunk of cliffside that's coming out. But if you look down, if you looked out across, it's almost like the Grand Canyon. Everything is like sheer and down and deep. So if you were an engineer of some kind, Tim's, you could feasibly say, well, this isn't impossible. It's obviously lower than where you came in.
Well, don't we have an engineer with us?
You do.
Hey,
And I might actually be able to tell you.
That's right.
Jackson.
and still no chalk marks or anything
Hey,
from the
like-
archaeological group.
Well, I will make a check and I will tell you.
So yeah, I posit the same thing to Jackson about, hey, from where we came in, et cetera, et cetera.
I'm pretty sure we're like pretty level to where we came in.
Like,
Like I'm positive of it.
I mean, I
Extremely
kind of
positive of
assumed.
it.
Did you roll, Dane? What'd you roll?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That 90 is awesome.
Worst engineer ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like ever.
You've been saving up those high rolls for
You're starting to wonder if he's really an engineer or he plays one on TV. Like,
Certainly not a dwarf.
He's been planted.
Tim's and I attended the same school and got the same degrees.
Is Smith still with us? Because she's also an engineer.
that is true.
If we put the android head on the ground, does it roll?
Yeah, there we go.
So, Smith.
Wait, are we counting on an NPC to help us?
Of course.
I know.
Ah,
Oh,
hello, Google.
Isn't that what this week's
It feels like
show is
the
about?
It is this week's show, yeah.
Oh, I
Just
didn't
asking the
listen to it.
NPC everything. They know everything. They're an engineer.
Okay, time for percussive interrogation. Percussive interrogation. You hit them until the plot hook falls out.
Well, she would probably wonder what you guys want to know. Like, what are you asking?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, it's a
I
room.
guess
It's a big room.
I
I don't know what's engineering about this room.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like,
what I was trying to determine is if we go down, are we like going into the bowels of the earth, or are we potentially getting closer to being ground level from being on a higher wall?
Oh, yeah. Or conversely, if we go up, because I thought we were like basically like some sort of platform, like on the side of a mesa, and like if we go up, maybe we're going up to the top.
sure.
And if we go down, we're down at the bottom. Something
Right.
along those lines.
Yeah, you're kind of in a building where you're not sure what floor you're on, right?
Yeah.
Are you below or are you at level 1? And is level 1 ground? Is that what you're trying to
These
figure
are
out?
all good
Yeah.
questions that the warden is not answering for us.
Okay, so here's a
Maybe?
question. Buford, can you see the second door, the one to the right that you didn't go through from where you are?
You'd have to go back, Buford.
Well, he's saying from where I'm at.
Oh,
is
from
it-
where? On
is
see when you went
yeah.
forward, can you look around?
Yeah.
It's hard to say because there's this like big chunk of wall between, but you could see around once you kind of walk in. Are you guys going to walk in, Buford? Are you walking into this thing?
Yeah, I'm walking in.
And
You walk-
Agda's going to go ahead and join them.
Okay, so Agda and Buford, as you walk forward on this kind of precipice here, it's literally like a stadium. You have a row of like precipices that go up above you and down below you. As you look to your right from where you came in, there's kind of this brick wall surface. It's very sheer, it goes straight down. Engineering wise, Dane, you would say, oh, it's probably just some type of support that's holding the roof up or whatever. It's part of the structure.
The
But-
load-bearing wall.
Load-bearing wall, yeah. And if you go, like, if you look across, you see a similar precipice, right? Like a similar walkway where it goes up and it goes down. But it's kind of like at these two angles. So if you were to probably sketch this out, Dane, it's similar to like a beginning of an octagon, right? Where you guys come in at one of the surfaces and then you veer out this way, and then it kind of 90 or 45 degrees the other way. And so there's just rows of these kind of audience chamber that's loud. And then so you could literally go the other way and you would just be on the opposite side of this support structure.
I feel like I'm in an MC Escher drawing.
And still no markings at all, right?
Yeah, it's really
Anywhere?
mundane. Like everything, it's like a stone. Everything's stone. If some people were to come in here and there was like a show or something like going on, everybody would be sitting on stone.
Yeah, but
Like
I mean,
stone-
but no reference marks from the archaeological team or anything.
No,
God, what kind of team is this? Okay, well, I take out my dagger and I make sure I scratch an arrow pointing to the door to the way out on the floor.
okay.
Does it scratch up nicely?
Not really. It's hard. You got to really, really scrape away. As a matter of fact, what are you doing it with? Buford? What are you using?
My vibe shetty.
Yeah, you're damaging your vibe machete
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay,
before you get too crazy. Like, oh damn, that
Right.
put a chip in it.
okay. Does an electronic toolkit? Do I have electrical tape in there?
Sure.
Oh, good. zzz,
Okay, just gonna put electrical tape.
just an arrow showing which way is out.
Okay.
So in case we got to run back here in a hurry.
All right. Yep. No problem.
Hey, Smith, what kind of archaeologists were these guys? There are no markings. There's nothing.
You try to stick it on the wall and it just keeps falling off. Like it's really annoying. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. You tape it up.
No, I'm putting it on the floor, so we'll be running. We'd be looking down. So
Okay. Yep. Nope. That's fine.
Yeah, Smith, did the team ever get this far?
I don't think so. I don't know. This isn't something that they uncovered, to my knowledge. So as you look forward, you can see these structures, right? These like almost like you have to walk through a walkway. And it goes all the way around. You could see all the way.
Are there
just
steps
across.
like down?
So imagine like episode 3 of Star Wars with all the people in the audience
the Senate chamber.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Senate chamber. Except the only difference is it's all just stone. So all stone or some type of stone-like material that are just kind of benches where people would sit. It's all smooth all the way around, where there are these 45-degree angles every 100 feet or so, 200 feet, where it kind of juts off into another direction, another 200 feet, juts off into another direction or angle, 200 feet. So the whole place is like this huge octagon, and it goes up and it goes down. And at the bottom, there's something going on where the sound is coming from.
So I'm going to take my body cam and turn it on.
Got a
And I'm going
body
to tell
cam.
everybody I do have a body
Yeah,
cam.
okay.
And I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to start walking down to what's going on down there. So if something bad happens to me, you'll have a video record of what I saw and what ended me.
I'm also starting to think.
And I signal to Agda to kind of follow me.
Yeah, Agda is not following him. Agda is like walking with Dane.
Okay, Agda's going with Dane down, kind of following him down.
Yeah.
Going down to the court side.
Yeah.
Courtside.
Court
So,
side, right?
I'm
We're going to see the
thinking-
hockey fight going on.
The glass, I don't know. Near the
I'm thinking
boards.
this has got to have some pretty good acoustics, though, if we're hearing this carry from down there.
Hashtag sports ball.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, I'm almost thinking this was constructed to carry sound from down there if we're hearing this well.
Yeah, there is no audio devices. It seems very natural. The acoustics seem strangely attuned. Like, Dane, give me an engineering roll. As you're, don't go end up in the
As I'm
bathroom.
walking.
Look at he's on the move again.
Oh,
He's on the
absolutely not.
he's like somebody there is like making a move all the time. Like dogs in here.
So-
Somebody.
All
where
right,
we are
here we
near
go.
the door, can we see
What's
to
the
the
single
far
game
side? Do we see if there's like another set of doors
Yes.
or anything
Yep.
opposite us?
Yep. So
All
every
right.
like 200 feet,
16.
there's like
Success.
exit, right?
Oh, so on each of like the walls of the octagon, there's like an exit.
Correct. So it's kind of
Okay.
like,
And
This
outside
is
each
not
one
not to
is
scale,
a
but it's
bathroom and a vending stand.
Oh yeah. Whoa.
there we
Okay.
go.
Yeah, I mean, I think
So I
I
got
have
a
something
16, Sean.
similar.
So it's a success.
Yeah. Yes, it's exactly like that, Lark.
Okay.
Okay.
Send me that so I can use it next time. I don't have to drop myself. Would you roll, Jackson? 16?
16.
Holy cow, you came through, buddy.
I know.
You know and can tell by the audio or the acoustics that the way it's built and shaped and the smooth surfaces leads you to believe that its purpose is to magnify sound and with naturally.
And now we know Jackson is an audio engineer.
That's right.
So this
Hey, it
is
doesn't take a
around when I
rocket
say-
scientist to like put up, vertical things in your ceiling so that the sound doesn't bounce all over the place. And
So I pull off my body cam and I put it on myself, and I'm like, "Are you not entertained?"
Is
Do
the
you
signal
yell?
even getting to us?
You yell out, Dane?
Yeah.
All right. As you make your way down courtside, it is quite a bit of a distance. It's like a pretty big, freaking kind of weird football-sized stadium, except the field isn't that big. And you see down below, there seems to be figures in the lower grandstand or the lower stands of this huge place. They're all quiet. They're all hooded. They're all dark. They're not looking at you. They haven't detected you, so I'll let you refrain from yelling if you want, Jackson. But there's something going on in the middle, and in the middle of this, the floor of this huge room, this huge auditorium, if you will. And there's like the clanging seems to be somebody like that's there's 5 members or 5 figures down at the bottom, hovered or like standing around this particular type of object, while one person is kind of clanging, almost like a blacksmith, taking some type of object and hammering on this weird sculpture kind of thing that they're all standing around.
Oh no!
I don't want to subscribe to their newsletter. Let's go.
No, this is the
Hey,
way.
have you heard the good news?
Yeah. We blew up some of the good news.
I hear they offer
No.
free vegan dinners.
Have you heard the news?
I turn around and I tell Ogden to signal to Buford to bring his little nice grenades.
So,
This has grenades.
knowing what you know now, do you still have your light sources on?
I mean, I don't think we would have turned them off.
There
the
is,
thing.
I mean, it is not dark in here. It is,
Okay.
as a matter of fact, the further down you get, the brighter it gets.
We'd probably switch them off then, yeah, so we wouldn't be seen.
I'm
You would
thinking.
kind of
Well, I
beam
mean,
it out. in
Lark and I
another-
are still up closer to the cheap seats. So
Yeah, I'm thinking we either sneak out one of these other sets of doors or go the opposite way down that hallway, because if they're making another one of these statues that, as far as we know, poops out monsters,
Well, we need to stop them from
Yeah,
making these statues.
I
Who
don't
are
know
they?
that we can.
Who
Yeah,
are they?
I'm like,
wanna
I
know
just
that.
want to get out of here.
All right, everybody, give me a fear save, all of you.
Like,
Oh,
you might not have been here for it. We tried to destroy that statue and utterly failed multiple
true.
Well,
times.
that's what I'm saying. Kill them, and then they can't make the statue.
49.
Tims, did you make
I-
it? That's important.
it's only sanity
we at-
saves.
Are we at
Ow!
disadvantage because of dirt?
Oh shit! Does dirt give you a disadvantage?
no, he's not moving. He's dead.
I don't know if that makes us feel any better.
Just lying there.
Also, is that fear and sanity, or just sanity, or just fear? I don't
Fear saves made in
Yeah.
the presence of androids have
Fear,
disadvantage.
it's fear saves for androids, but I only give you extra
Oh.
stress on
That's
sanity.
That's right.
I failed either way. I got a 49 and I needed
did
a
I.
35.
I succeeded.
Yeah,
I succeeded.
if I rolled at disadvantage, I still failed either way, but I didn't roll doubles on either of them. So
know. I'm with you, Tim's.
And
I have 2 fails, neither critical.
Okay.
okay, 1 fail, 1 save. So if it's a disadvantage, I failed.
Okay.
I actually passed both.
Shoot him.
Yeah, he wants to go get rowdy. The rest of us are like,
I'm telling you, man, he's not an engineer. He plays one on TV, but he's not an engineer. He's got his wits about him, but he can't figure out structural integrity to save his life.
He's the android.
If it's
Secret
been an
android.
hour, my laser cutter's about ready to go off.
Everybody take a point of stress
Uh-oh.
if you failed.
Stress.
If you failed.
hey guys, I'm at 8 now.
I'm at 4.
Oh, I'm at double digits.
Hooray!
I felt a lot better stress wise once we got the ship disentangled.
And then whenever a scientist fails it, you have to get another stress?
No, that's sanity.
That's sanity.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's sanity. All right.
It makes perfect sense to see a scientist afraid of things.
Yeah.
It's just when we can't make something make logical sense that you get nervous.
So the android suddenly wakes up and grabs you. Yeah.
And Sean did say this was the final
and
session.
pets you
so-
gently.
I don't know if I can end this thing. You guys will like. We're standing in a corridor. I'm like, I can't.
We
end
may
it right
be able
here.
to end this thing.
I
If
believe
this was a
in your
con
ability.
game, I'd have to be like, look, hey man,
If you want us to
meteor
try to make
hits
this the
your
last
ship.
session, we
Yeah.
can certainly do that.
well, we'll see. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah,
I'm jumping ship.
Yeah, I've
Jumping
got
ship.
an itchy
Just
grenade
throwing
finger.
this out there. I wasn't expecting a happy ending for this.
Well, so having said that, one thing I haven't necessarily, I mean, we could certainly say, okay, regardless of the outcome, it just stops or pauses here, and then we could pick it up in a month or two or whatever. That's fine too. I don't have a problem with that. Now, I'm also sensitive to people's time and schedules, and that I don't want to hold out, and I got other stuff to do, which I can completely understand. But it is something that I wouldn't rule out necessarily. Like part of the reason I could have probably talked about this while we're not streaming, but since we are, it's all right. You're welcome. So I'm not opposed to continuing on to see what happens to the fate of the crew from the profit margin. I don't want to heavy hand it and do it in a way that doesn't make any sense. If I've got a good spot, I'm good,
We're dead.
but I haven't hit that spot yet.
Oh, I mean,
However
I'm-
it comes. Like, I think
Yeah.
it's one of those situations where I'll know it when I see it.
So I'm having a great time playing with all of you.
Yeah.
I'm also going back to 5-day weeks, which means like I have to work tomorrow morning and it's going to be rough. So if we wrap up tonight, that's great with me.
Okay.
And for me, I'm down for wrapping up tonight. I'm down for getting together again next week. The thing about taking a few months off and then picking up where we left off has little appeal to me because at that point, I think I will have forgotten most of what's going on.
These are videotaped for prosperity, Jeff Goad.
Yeah,
You
'cause
just
I
have to spend like 8 hours one day to watch them all back to back. It's like a
I'm
Lord of the
saying-
Rings marathon.
I know my limits.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
I know
Yeah,
what works for me and what doesn't.
If we do take too long of a break, I'm with you. If it's too long of a break, it's almost like let's start over because now you don't have that suspense right in there. It's like, oh, I'm no longer standing in the corridor. I don't remember what I was doing. Who was I?
Is this like
We
me
can
whenever I pick up my save game and go, what the hell was I doing in this
Yeah,
game?
exactly. It's like you have to go back. You have to go back to like 4 or 5 saves before then to figure out how to play again.
Like
Yeah,
Kevin
or like when
waiting
you
at
set down a book, but then like pick it up again like 2 months later, and you're like, "Wait, what is happening with it?"
Oh, I
Who
got
are these
years where I do
paragraphs?
that, man.
Mhm.
Well, we
That's
could
every
always
rulebook I
have
own.
Josh Gad do a reunited apart for us.
Those are really good, man. I was like,
I'll
oh,
do that.
God, I don't know about this reunion. I started watching them like he's done a really good production, I think.
He did a really good job.
Yeah. And I've watched, I've watched the Splash one, Ferris Bueller, Lord of the Rings, Goonies. Like they're all good because they start taking snippets up from the movie and then he has them read a couple lines and,
Oh yeah, the Ghostbusters one was hilarious.
yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. And it's for charity, right? All right. I think I know where most of your heads are at for the most part.
Well, we took off Dan's and replaced it. Remember?
Now I have a melon for a head.
Yeah.
It's like at the bottom of a door jam, I think, like holding a door open. Did I get that right?
No, we have dirt with us.
Yeah.
All right. So, scene to pick up where Dan, you probably watched an hour of the show, right?
I
So
wish
you
I-
know where we
yeah.
are, right?
I'm just guessing. I'm guessing. I know
This
there's
guy's supposed to be in the
smoke
game. He's
figures.
watching us
Yeah.
on Twitch.
Yeah.
What a
For
dick.
like a minute or two just to see if I was dead yet. And once I heard my name, I'm like, oh, I'm not dead. I'll jump on.
Oh, dude. I can't wait to bring you up on the podcast, Dan.
We are here. There you go.
You might have beat Brett out for sitting on the ship, Dan. That's pretty good.
Oh,
That's, no kidding.
Oh, and Brett probably had a drink on the ship too. It's about the same.
All right, so where we are is in this huge auditorium of illuminating light source down below, glowing. There is rows, kind of the first, second, third, fourth rows, all the way around are filled with figures, robed, hooded, looking out onto the floor. You have kind of made your way into this auditorium with really nobody noticing. And everybody in the quote unquote crowd are very still. It's very synonymous to the environment reminds me of something similar to like the old Apple commercial, the 1984 Orwellian commercial, right? Where it's very old auditorium, but in a different kind of shape, but it's very dark and dingy. Well, not dingy because it's relatively clean, but dark and mysterious. None of the people are moving. You haven't caught anybody's attention. The clanging occurs. There's this statue in the middle of the ground floor as people look. And then there's 5 figures that are hooded around this statue.
And the auditorium is tens, hundreds, or thousands.
Like
Number-wise?
Yes.
like 4 tiers of people. That's quite a few.
Four tiers, probably a few hundred. Surely not 1,000.
Sounds more like an opera house or something.
Very much so,
Yeah.
Dirt. Very much. Yep. An opera house if it didn't have really cushy seats and yellow or white lighting.
I think if a few hundred people want to see this statue made, I don't think we can stop them.
I want to ask, hey, Agda.
Oh, we can stop them.
The people who are in the hoods, are they our people? Are they people from our ship? Or are they the people from the ship we just abandoned?
Can't make out their faces.
Or are they dead like the other people were around the statue?
They got these big hoods on their head. Can't tell. Not from here.
I would definitely be trying to make eye contact.
Go on, Dirt. Oh, Dirt.
I
you're
miss
awake.
Dirt.
To get very close and look at their eyes.
Dirt. Yeah, Dirt, you're awake. Go ahead.
Yeah.
As
You can
far-
disconcert them now.
As far as distance wise, you are still a relatively good distance away from any of the people figures in the auditorium. So unless you want to close the distance and kind of, I know you've been making your way down, but I'm just wanting to make sure that you can act appropriately based on what's there and what's going on.
Well, let me
picturing
know when
Lark
I'm
and
within
Tim's
750 feet.
Oh God, that's very specific.
Yeah.
I feel like Lark and Tim's were discussing the possibility of leaving, and then both of us look around and realize Dirt's not here anymore.
Jackson's like basically on the floor.
Yeah, I
I-
follow Dirt down and I'm carrying my laser cutter.
Okay. Oh, they're back down there again. Okay.
They
came back.
Lark. I
Yeah,
don't think
Tim.
this is going to go the way we. I don't think it's going to go the way we thought it was going to go.
And
I
if
think it's
everybody
gonna
else
go
is pulling out
exactly
their
how I
weapons,
thought it would
I
go.
do the same thing.
So you continue down. Is the order the same that I had before, or we kind of changed things up a little bit?
I'm not following yet.
So Tim's you're back. You're like, hey, I'm not going
yeah.
down there.
I'm still up near the entrance. This seems like a horrible
Okay.
idea.
I'm going down, taking an inventory of my grenades as I go down, thinking, taking me out to the ball game.
But I'm not about to start shouting after them. Like,
Buford makes his way down. Agda, what are you doing?
I'm gonna stay with Buford.
Okay. So the Marines are moving forward like Marines do.
Yeah.
Jackson, what are you doing?
I am pulling out my laser cutter
Okay.
and walking down with the Marines.
Okay.
And I'm signaling to Buford that I would like one of his little grenades.
Okay. Here you go.
Okay.
Use it
Dirt?
well.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'd probably, I'd see everybody else like pulling out their weapons, so I'd get my my javelin.
Javelin.
You have a
It's not a
javelin?
javelin. It's like a trident. What is it? It's like a trident thing.
We've been dragging this thing around.
Where did you get a trident?
See, I didn't pull up the weapons page that I usually have up on my screen. But it's a one shot. It's got the filament in
the
it.
harpoon gun.
Harpoon gun.
Okay.
Trident, harpoon, javelin. They're all
Yeah, next time I create a D&D character, I'll state it just like that. Yeah, javelin, harpoon, trident thing.
Pointy
You know.
thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
Mr. Lark, you
I
may want to
pull-
plug your ears.
I pull that out as I'm walking down, and I'll be like, Dr. Timms, this would be a good time to get like several blood samples or something.
Tim's
we're
is
still
staying
up by the door.
Tim's is staying up. So
Yeah.
you look
Where
and
did-
Tim's
That's what I say before. I
We're
walk
talking
down.
about how
Right.
we probably
Yeah.
need to go find another crew.
Yeah. No, you don't have to worry about getting so many people together, Sean. It'll just be those two.
right. Yeah.
Lark, I'm hedging my bets here because I'm hoping that they throw a lot of grenades and a lot of things blow up, and then we regroup. If any of our people get hurt, I'm gonna feel compelled to go down there, and I don't want to feel compelled to go down there.
Yeah.
Well, he should have given us an order then.
Agda and Buford and Dirt
There.
and Dane, as you move down kind of the steps, because they're steps essentially, going down the long stairway down below, and you're approaching the rows with the figures, and nobody's turned around and heard you. Actually, I don't know if
Make a stealth check.
there's not really a stealth check in.
What would that be?
Are you guys trying to be quiet?
Yeah.
Like a speed check?
Well, are you guys trying to be
I
quiet?
I picture myself going down quietly.
Yeah. And that's fine. So even if you're
Would that be military training?
That's right.
Hey, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Needs of
Sean.
military training.
But then again, we are Marines. We're supposed to be running in their guns blazing, right?
nobody
Yeah, I'd say military training.
takes notice of you, which is somewhat unusual. There isn't any threatening moves. Down below, there's still an individual that's kind of clanking away at this statue. You're not quite sure exactly what they're attempting to do.
Okay, I got my IR on. Do the bodies glow in the stands?
They glow blue. Not red or orange,
cold?
like not on the heat spectrum.
So they're cold? Ogdo, check your HUD.
Sorry about that. I was talking to my boyfriend for a second.
No
What's
worries.
going on?
Yeah, check your HUD, ma'am.
My head.
Your
HUD.
HUD.
Your heads up
HUD.
display.
Oh, okay.
IR.
Checking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, check your IR.
Yeah, it's a
Are you seeing what I'm
infrared.
seeing?
Same thing. So Buford's looking at the figures through infrared, and they are coming up on the spectrum in blue for some reason. They're not red or yellow, green or anything.
Does blue mean something?
Blue
It's
would probably
cold.
indicate that it's not heat based.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
colder than the room
They're cold,
temperature.
Which
Yeah.
means
Yeah.
they're probably dead like the other ones that were around the statue.
Hey, Tim's, got your scanner?
Dr. Timms, you should come down here. This is fascinating.
I suggest
You
we
turn
do
around
not
and
worship
say
that
that all the
statue.
time.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
well,
we do have
I've got a comm.
We do have comms in our
Yeah.
suits.
Why is it fascinating?
These guys are glowing blue.
Do you guys
They don't look
continue
like they're
down?
glowing blue from up here.
Moving down?
Oh yeah, we're continuing down.
Buford?
Yeah.
Okay. You go down, and at this point, I mean, unless you say anything, I'm just guessing that you continue down until there's something that occurs. Is that
Exactly.
Yeah, when
That's what-
I'm
yeah.
within 750 feet, I'm turning on my laser and I'm
okay?
shooting at the guy with the clanging.
Okay.
Oh,
How
cool.
far can I scan with
Yeah,
my,
let us know when you're going to do this
field?
so I can throw a couple of grenades.
Tim's, you could. I mean, what kind of scanner do you have? You just have a hand scanner.
Well, I have the field kit scanner.
Does it have a
For,
range?
like,
I don't think it has.
I
a
have
range.
a
Surveying.
bioscanner. He has a diagnostic one.
You would have to get closer from where you are, right? I'm guessing. Like it's probably not going to be like hundreds of feet.
So bioscanner is basically just signs of life
Right.
within 100 meters.
100 meters. Oh, that's 300 feet.
Yeah,
So-
I mean it's just like the ping kind of.
Oh,
thing.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's not getting the deep details. I
Right.
just want to see
But I
if
would-
they're showing up as biological life forms.
Unknown. Boop boop. Unknown.
I don't like it
I
when
think
it
they're
says
silicon
unknown.
based.
That's right.
You try
I
tapping
smell.
the side of the screen, Dr. Tim.
We tried that
You're
with you.
not
It
there,
didn't work,
Dirt. You're down below, right?
Well, hey, I'm pretty sure he said that over
Oh, you're doing it.
comms.
Oh, yeah, in
Yeah.
the comms.
Yeah.
Okay.
I turned to Dirt and tell him, I tried that earlier. You didn't respond.
All right. You get down
That's
below.
the ringing in my ears.
Buford, you get to kind of the top row of humanoids, and none of them have moved. None are looking over. They all seem relatively still.
Okay, using unarmed combat, sneak up behind one of them, grab him from the back, and pull him off.
Okay.
We'll try the old end of the line. Oh, got one.
Sure.
And I'm gonna
Next snap.
when you do that, I'm gonna fire the laser.
Okay.
Oh God!
And I'm going to look at the eyes.
I'm gonna sneak up and pick one of them off. All right, let them fire the big honking laser cutter.
I'm going to
pile.
throw a grenade into the most densely populated crowd of these things.
All right. So,
Skill pile.
Oh,
I will say, or I will say that all of you have surprise, so you can act. Let's see. Actually, there's no need for a surprise. I won't even have you take a speed check because I'll just have you guys go. So we'll start with Buford.
Okay, on the skills, do they stack? The 10 to the 15, or is it just a straight 15?
Straight 15.
Straight 15. Okay, straight 15 plus that.
Or do they stack? I don't know if we ever answered that, Ogden.
Well, yeah, we talked
Yeah.
about it, but we never answered it.
Yeah.
Jeff, do you know? Do they stack
I don't
the
know.
skills? Yeah. I think
I know that everybody I know, I've encountered people who do it 3 different ways.
okay.
Because being expert, 15%. I mean,
Yeah, it
no,
might
I would
be-
think you just pick which one.
okay.
Well, it's not. Yeah, you're right. It's not stacked. It's if you're expert, it's your base trait plus the 15% because
Yeah.
it's different, right?
But
Your
I-
genetics.
yeah, because if I added my 45 extra on surgery, I can't fail with my.
Yeah.
And that's a bad thing? Oh. Okay, plus 15 is 49. So.
You, so you grab
Yeah, 95.
a 95. You failed.
Yeah, I failed.
You go to grab. You went to
Ouch.
grab somebody and you failed.
Somebody
Yeah, I
who
went to
was
go grab my-
completely
moving.
still.
Yeah, yes, I was sitting there and he's not moving.
Like
Okay.
The
running
not
into a
moving part
parked
freaked him
car.
out.
All
Oh,
right.
it's gonna go great.
And I'm a hand-to-hand combat specialist.
Oh man. All right. So you go to do something, and we'll get to you, Agda or Buford. I got your number. Agda, you were attempting to do something like throw a bunch of grenades.
Yeah, I am throwing a grenade into the most densely populated portion of the audience.
Okay. That could be anywhere along the 4 kind of rows that go around, and it just is probably a matter of how far do you want to throw it, right? You want to throw it closer to you or farther from you. It'll do its thing.
Then if there's a good cluster near and a good cluster further, I'd rather hit the one that's a little further.
Okay. So go ahead. Give me a roll.
6
Mr. Lark,
deaths.
plug your ears.
6 deaths.
Success.
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 6
We'll go
deaths,
with
that'd
that.
be cool.
All right, 6 deaths from a
Yeah.
success. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Roll
right.
damage.
Yes, please.
50.
Okay. Grenade
7.
gets you. It's almost like quiet. And you see Agda just crank back, waft a grenade, and you see it go through the air. It lands. You could hear it clink, kink, kink. boom, and explodes and
Quick question: when we hear the clink, 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 do the people who are right there, do their hooded heads look down, or are they still completely still?
they're completely still.
And they're dead.
But boom, and at this, there's shrieks that come out from that area.
Oh wow. Oh.
15-meter radius
Yeah, it's big.
on a grenade.
Yeah. One mega
Jackson
damage to
Dane, I
ships.
believe, is the other one that's shooting laser, but now 750 meter, right? Whatever it is.
Yep.
You probably shoot that from the cheap seats. Like 750 meters is a long freaking way. It's like 2,100 feet.
Can't even see him.
It's like 3 feet to a meter.
Yeah.
All right, Dane, what are you doing?
Not like
My 18 hits.
What are you shooting at?
The guy who was hammering in the.
Oh,
in
the guy that
center
was
of the
hammering. All
arena.
right. Okay. Yeah, he's smoked, right? 1 mega damage. Okay.
You could roll a 1 on a
Percentile.
D100.
That's true. Hey, give me a critical. Hey, Dane, do me a favor. Roll a critical. Failure. No, he hit already. Doesn't matter.
No, I mean like the damage rolls
Damage.
The
1d100.
damage.
Yeah.
It's actually, I don't think it is a
1D100.
D100. I think it's 1D10 times 10.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not the 1d10 underlined. It is
It
D
isn't?
percentile.
Oh,
No,
Wow.
because,
Laser cutter.
Yeah, because the cutter's not really a precise combat weapon. You're using something used to carve up starships to shoot at a person.
Right.
So it should be like cutting air.
Yeah, it's
That's just it says or
percentile.
1 mega
Yeah, Dane,
damage.
give me a damn damage roll.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, I
mega
did.
damage would be
What'd you roll?
against
54.
ships.
54? Okay.
54.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's good. All right.
I don't know if it's good.
Dirt, you were making your way down there. What are you doing that these guys are all unleashing?
Oh, as soon as Buford pulled the guy back out, I was trying to look at the eyes.
Well, he tried and he. So,
Yeah.
Buford, going back to you.
Yeah.
So I look at Buford. I'm like, what the heck, man?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
he kind of goes to grab him, and he grabs kind of his side and just pulls and slips all off of him and doesn't get a good grab on him. How do you miss a grab? That's kind of how you miss a grab, right, Buford?
Yeah. Palms
So-
must be sweating.
So he doesn't have a body for you to look at into their eyes.
Did I at least pull off the hood?
Sure.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, at least you can look in the eyes now.
Yeah, look at the eyes.
The back of the head.
As I get up and pull out the vibe shady next.
It might have eyes in the back of its head.
It might just be eyes
It's just eyes all the way down.
just everywhere.
Yeah, see, I
I'd
told
move
you,
in front of Buford,
told you,
in order to get a
Shoggoth.
view. Yeah.
What'd you say, Buford? Go ahead, Curtis.
No, I was telling you, eyes everywhere. Yeah, I told you, Shoggoth.
So Buford
Shotgun.
grows and tries to grab a guy and fails miserably. But
That's probably because I got in the way because I was trying to look at his eyes.
that's true. And when
there
you
we
do, the hood comes off, and you see. This is what you see. I'm gonna put. Oh, do I put it in chat? I could probably put it in chat. Actually, I'll just say it because nobody else will know. You see yourself, Dirt. You
like
see-
reflected in the eyes.
Nope. You see you. You see a vision, a person of your stature, your face, your characteristics, and your features.
There's
Characteristics.
the boss
I would
monster.
push Buford away and saying, "Hey, it's me."
It's another
I knew
dirt
it.
one.
It's a plant. He's a plant.
Buford, you do not see. You do not
Yeah.
see Dirt.
Yeah,
You don't
What?
see what Dirt sees. You
What
see.
do you
You
talking
see
about?
you. You see when you pull back the hood, you see a vision of you.
great. Fear
Yep.
check.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Everybody, we want a sanity check on this.
Oh,
I think.
sanity.
Sanity,
Okay, sanity check.
sanity,
Okay.
For Tim's and I, because we're still
Not you guys. Just
Okay.
Buford and Dirt. They're the ones that are like,
30.
I ripped
Okay.
their hood off.
Oh, that's a miss.
Okay.
Not critically, but it's a miss.
Oh man, yeah, that's a miss too.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
The android loses it.
Oh, that Android sanity save is brutal.
Yeah,
The 20.
I rolled a 29. That was close.
All right. You guys take a point of stress.
Well, luckily,
All right.
when I leveled up, I got rid of most of my stress.
Actually, probably roll for a panic check in this case.
Yeah.
Give me a panic check, Dirt and
Okay.
Buford.
Okay, panic. What do you roll for that?
Yeah.
You would roll against your stress. So you roll
Okay.
2d10 and you add them together.
Also,
Okay.
since a Marine is panicking and we're all on the comms, does that mean that we all need to make a fear save?
Probably.
Yes.
That's only if I miss it, right? Okay.
Well, no. Well,
Okay, 2D. I'm trying to get over it or under it.
no.
No.
It's on a table, like an effect.
Oh.
table.
Buford, you
Okay.
roll 2d10, add them together,
Okay.
and then add your stress.
Don't get
64.
12.
Say again, Buford.
64.
64.
What? 2d10?
Oh, sorry. 7. 19.
percentile.
Sorry. 19.
19.
19.
Oh God. Oh.
Oh, shoot.
Oh.
Oh, what happens? Come on. I fall over dead.
No.
Oh, good. Good. Even better.
Gain 1d10
Well, we might.
stress.
Overwhelmed. You gain 1d10 stress.
Oh.
So do the rest of us all make fear saves because he's panicking?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yes.
let me roll. My stress is a 12.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
Oh,
Oh, that was only 3. I mean, I'm only up to 15 now.
I passed my fear. Oh, crap. No, it's at a disadvantage because
Yeah,
of
it's
their-
at disadvantage because I'm.
What do you mean?
Oh,
but
yeah,
you're
I
not there.
failed.
But you're not there with them.
But we're
we're
on mics.
in the room on comm. Like, we can
Yeah.
hear this.
Okay.
All you hear is, oh, God, we're all going to die. And that just
Okay,
freaks you out.
Even with disadvantage, I made my fear saves.
oh, congratulations, Lark.
So you'll be sane as everything
I
engulfs
failed
you.
my fear save, but I
I
didn't make a
failed mine
sanity
as well.
save, so it's just a usual disaster.
So you failed your fear save, Tims?
Yes, I
Okay,
did.
All right.
So did I.
And Jeff did. Okay. Or
Yep.
Dane did. Okay. So in that case, I think it's just going to be a matter of taking stress.
Yeah, man. All I got was extra stress.
1d10 extra
Well,
stress.
you hit 30 and you're going to die, Buford. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Hey, I'm halfway there. I'm only halfway there.
Okay.
Not
You've
to
heard
risk-
Bon Jovi.
So I think
it's a
you
race
guys
to see.
just take a point of stress if you failed your fear save, please.
All right.
It's a race between Buford and Dirt,
Dirt,
to see who
you-
dies of.
Now, what's your deal? What happened? You failed?
So yeah, I
you panicked.
panicked.
What's yours was a 12?
I rolled a 12, which is
Cowardice.
cowardice. So I added 1 to my stress.
Yep.
And I have to roll a
1d10.
fierce.
Yeah, fear save
Okay.
to engage in
For-
combat.
So do I have to roll that
No.
for 4 hours?
Okay. Okay.
And do I still make a fear save now?
You. That is a good question. I don't know if you would, if you're
Well-
trying to get into combat, then you're definitely, and then you would flee.
Oh, do you mean because Buford panicked?
Yeah.
Dirt failed his panic check.
Yeah, but then
And so did Buford, and so Buford made
Yeah.
everybody roll a fear save, so I roll that same fear save, right?
Correct.
this
No,
is
you're
the
good.
cascade
You're
of
good.
I'm good? All right.
I think you're good. Like you rolled,
good.
you rolled panic. You rolled a 12.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're
I'm good.
cowardice. So you're like scaredy.
Yeah.
So in other words, if you want to,
I don't want to end up like the 2 androids back on the ship.
right?
With your head in
Yeah.
Buford's
In a
bag.
sack.
I probably look over at Buford. I don't want my head in the bag.
Hey, we thought about switching them.
Buford thought about switching.
I probably would have made that fear check if we would have switched them.
I may have suggested it.
Okay.
Okay. Just let the computer go off. So-
And Buford's just a little higher strung now. That's all. No sweat.
Okay. Sorry. All right. Dirt, you see yourself. Buford, you see yourself. What are you guys going to do? Grenades gone off.
Buford away, and like, it's me. Don't hurt him.
Tims and Lark, you see all hell break loose down below. There's laser being shot at somebody. They're disintegrated. You have Dirt down there and Buford tackling and wrestling with one of the figures. Agda threw a grenade. There's been an explosion off in the distance. What are you two doing?
I'm going to hit the comms and say, is anybody hurt down there? I mean, besides the people you're trying to murder?
We're good.
I regret like trying to attack me.
I regret to report that I failed my combat roll.
So
sounds like you need a stem.
Probably.
Okay, I imagine things are probably moving pretty fast in a combat situation. I have no ranged weapons anymore, so I'm kind of just like I don't know what I'm going to do here, and see how it plays out.
Okay,
I'm waiting for someone to get injured.
Not yet.
Jeff's making his way to another place in the house. Okay. So hilarious. What, dude, are you like farting in your room and you're like, oh, I gotta get out of here. Blast it again, and like, I gotta go over here again.
Check it on Mom.
All right.
Well, I'm grappling round too.
I think your ship's broken, Code.
No, he's had too many stims.
All right.
Exactly.
You guys,
Those causing continence.
at this point, all the figures stand up and they all turn to kind of face you. Their hoods
in
are
unison.
What's that?
In unison.
Crazily enough.
Oh God.
Everybody's
That's
seeing.
not weird.
And do we all see our own faces?
Well, they still have their hoods on.
Okay.
But yes, as they
Try and shoot them without looking at their face.
they all stand up. They all turn towards you. Even in the crazy ruckus, it's like as if like the grenade went off, and it's like almost like nothing happened. There's a hole, obviously, and the bodies have kind of been figures have been blown off over just in general, and they all stand up. Even the figures down below where Dane shot the individual with the laser from a distance, and they all face you, and they all take off their hoods. And as you look out at each one of them is you. You stare at each member in the audience, and it's like staring at a mirror of yourself, and there's a few hundred of them.
That's a few hundred more of myself than I like to see.
Yeah. So let's roll some sanity checks for this craziness that is.
Now I might give you all extra.
Yeah.
Even those of us where I saw ourselves once.
Oh.
Yes. Buford.
Okay. Sanity.
Hey, Sean, 99.
Yeah, baby, critical failure.
Got a 77.
74.
Oh, great.
So
All
the
the
two guys that hung back just lost their shit.
They're not the Marines. They're not getting into combat. They're just sitting back, waiting what's going on, and then their heads explode.
I'm so conflicted because I just saw Agda blow up a bunch of me.
Regular failure here.
Tims, you fail. Does that have an effect on everybody then?
Well, everybody takes an extra point of stress.
Okay. So everybody take a point of stress plus an extra
assimilated
for Tim's failing.
I succeeded at my check.
Oh, very, very good, Agda.
I failed.
It's that meditation.
Yeah,
regular fail here.
Totally. Okay. All right.
I was not bothered by seeing a whole auditorium of me turn around.
You were actually emboldened.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm used to these alternate levels of consciousness and of experiencing the world around me.
I saw this once in a
So
dream.
I'm going to go with this. Since Tim's and Lark both critically failed a check, then a panic check ensues. And then, of
I
course,
was
you roll.
expecting that.
And of course, when you roll a panic check and you see a crew member panic at the same time, then everybody else would subsequently need to roll a panic check. Right? Yeah. After seeing more than one crew member panic at the same time is when you roll.
Oh no, we see them. They're back there. We're down here.
Oh no, we're all on cams. Like we all hear each other and see each other.
I mean, there's an advantage and disadvantage to everybody being on comms, right? Be like, hey, I'm going to shut off my comms, or I'm not.
So
gonna be
we're
around.
all rolling panic checks.
Yeah, let everybody roll panic checks, man. This is craziness. Everybody
so
looks
panic-
like you.
Okay, so 2d10.
I imagine I just like when I lose it on the comms, like I need more drugs.
27.
My stash is on a ship and I don't have it anymore, and I can't take the shit.
Buford, roll 2 more times.
Okay, 9.
So we're rolling 2, add them together, Sean, add our stress.
Correct.
Minus resolve if you have any.
18.
13. Oh, that's it. Over the top.
Jeff,
Over 30.
Dane, give me a 1d10 roll.
1d10 roll.
I think Buford just bit the dust.
3.
Yeah. I'll
So you
I'll
gain
acknowledge.
3 stress, Dane. You're overwhelmed.
3 more stress.
Buford,
All right.
what was your end result?
He did.
Well, see, I was already at 40, so I got one more roll. So in that case, 43.
Oh,
Buford,
Massive heart attack.
Buford, like grabs
His heart
he's like,
shot out of his chest.
What an ignominious end for a Marine. Jeez. Not even
man.
combat.
um,
I'm untouched otherwise.
Buford keels over. Boom.
so I got a 16.
16 for Lark.
Hey, so
Crippling
I got a
fear.
17.
17. Tim's
I've got a
and Lark.
17 as well.
Dirt, all 3 you guys. Crippling fear.
We all got crippling fears.
Permanent phobia.
I'm already a coward.
phobia.
Now I've got a phobia.
Hoods.
What phobia would you have from this?
I
Mirrors.
just saw hundreds of myself.
I was gonna
so
say,
mirrors, yeah.
Yeah.
Mirrors.
Alien
I
planets.
don't necessarily
Mirrors.
want it to be the same as everybody, but I was going to say I'm going to avoid
Well,
my reflection or get freaked
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Well,
I
maybe
wanna
not
avoid
reflection, just like any image of myself.
Or perhaps agoraphobia. Fear of big open spaces with lots of people.
You can't handle mirrors.
Saying mirrors. That's what I said. Mirrors.
I hope you
I
have an
never wanna see
anti-reflective
it.
coating in your helmet.
So Agda is overwhelmed and got 7 additional stress.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh.
So
She's fine.
my roll was pretty good. If we're getting towards the end, I'm tempted to re-roll as I'm allowed to do, just to see what else happens.
I'll tell you what,
Do it.
you re-roll and you get to pick.
All right.
You're going to die.
He's like, I picked the heart attack.
Seems like the easiest way to go.
That's less fun. That's just cowardice.
Hey, what do you mean? I'm a coward. Plenty fun.
Yeah, I'll stick with the fear of my own image.
Okay. Yeah, and at this point, you're like, yeah, that's definitely instilled.
And the next thing we run into, a hall of mirrors.
I'm already surrounded by hundreds of me.
Right. So, at this point in time, everybody's looking at you. Each one of you sees yourselves in the masses. I think I'm just going to end it right there.
Everybody looking at us, and we're all crippled in fear.
Well, and it's unique because
Yeah.
it isn't, dirt is
Yeah.
there, and as you see through Dirt's eyes, everybody else is dirt except your own crew members.
And do the credits start to roll? Is this the end?
Yeah.
Buford's heart explodes.
Yeah.
I don't think I can come up with anything better than It just stops right here.
I like it.
All right. Yeah.
Hey Dan, you happy you got to see me die again?
We
Yeah, fade to
don't
black.
know
Yeah,
what
twice, Curtis.
we don't know what becomes of the crew of the profit margin.
One confirmed casualty.
I'm in heaven. I'm fine.
Buford,
Viewers of Evangelical. So yeah, he's up there. He's having.
you were just like always high speed, man, and it just came back and bit you in the ass on that last.
It's that stim pack.
Yeah, it was that last stim pack you gave me, Dr. Timms.
Either the light went out completely
Yeah.
or got like 3 times as bright.
Yeah, now Dan, I was saying, happy you got to see me die in another game.
Yeah.
And from the outside, so the camera pans out of the room, slowly comes back through the passage you came through that's all empty. As robed figures come down the passages to start to come into the auditorium, the camera comes back out into the black cavern that has the vaulted ceiling that you couldn't see. It's all dark and black. And you get towards the end of that entrance, there's tentacles that are coming through, and it's becoming more of a form that's starting to make its way into the cavern, walking into it. Long tentacles, tall, bigger than the aliens Ogda and Buford have fought. It's like a supersized version of them taking itself from all the tentacles off the ship, coming, and it's kind of attaching in its elastic, coming to itself, and makes its way into the cavern.
Shagas.
Awesome.
And in the
while
corner,
this is happening, we're hearing it's like Ray on your wedding day.
That's right. That's right. The complete inappropriate title song at the end.
I really do think.
No, if we do the modern horror movie thing, then it's like this really weird slow cover of that song.
and as it gets towards the door that you guys open, the big
That big
vaulted
one.
door, it pulls it open, and there is Smith cowering down on the ground, staring wide open. And
Oh, cool.
the alien shadows cast upon her, and it screeches out, and then it goes black. Thanks for playing, guys. Thanks so much. I had a really great time. I loved playing with you guys.
Thank you for running.
Yeah,
Just
fun.
for the
Thank you.
record,
Yeah.
if somebody says, "Hey, I'm going to run Mothership," and you say, "Oh, cool, I love Mothership," and they say, "Hey," and you go, "Hey, what are you going to run? Are you running Homebrew or whatever?" And they say Dead Planet. Go ahead and volunteer for that game. You're going to be fine. You'll be just fine.
It was a cakewalk.
I guarantee it will not be the same experience.
Oh yeah,
Unless
100%. The mothership that I ran, literally, Sean and I there was not a single shared scene.
Sweet.
Nice.
There was zero overlap between his sessions of Mothership and mine.
Oh, good. And I can
Awesome.
go back and I can go read the module.
yeah, and then you're going to be like, "What did Sean run?" Like,
My people
what?
never went
What
on
was
the
that?
Alexis, and then they were on the moon.
right. So thanks
All right,
everybody.
guys, I gotta run. I gotta.
That
get
wasn't
my mom
in
ready
here.
for bed.
Nope, it's not in there. All right, we'll talk to you
see
later,
you, Jeff.
Jeff. Thanks for everybody that's tuned in for the series where this wraps up this version of Mothership. Appreciate all the players taking the time to be able to do that. And Dan, I should have probably just asked him to stay on because he just really screwed up everything for me again. Man, that guy. All right.
Hey, I didn't drop. That wasn't me.
Oh, not Dan. I'm sorry.
That's
Jeff.
Cypher.
I screwed it up earlier.
Yeah.
The other way.